Greetings, Dominions and Dumentites, all around the world, from the center of the earth. This is Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, and we are broadcasting here today in lieu of the Exozone. Now, just so you guys know what happened, there's nothing terrible. Gary was forced to tend to a situation with his car, and everything's fine. He's fine. So no worries, but he could not be here today. And so I says to myself, hey, why don't I go ahead and just do an afternoon live stream in the Exozone slot so that guys who are looking forward to the Exozone have at least a consolation prize. And so today, here I am, your consolation prize. Hail to the UK, hail to other time zones around the world that normally do not get to have a Doomcock live stream. Today is your lucky day, /night, /afternoon, whatever. Welcome. Welcome, my friends. I am so glad to be here with all of you. And I just want to say hello to Robo Beast, to Major Misfit, Dio Brando, Ricardo Cohen, D. Pensack, Wes Killingsworth, Raymond, Wayman, Allen, Warren Roar, Blood Honey 78, one of my Legionnaires, Taking Back the Holy Land, Qui-Gon Jinn, Gary Northork, Nestra, Ryan Johnson, Sucks. Yes, he does. Daniel Krantz, Mr. J, Danielle Nieto, Perpetual Punster, Rudyard Oynik, Chukotmuk, Zen Brando, Zen Complex, Purple Lady. Hail, Purple Lady. Thank you for being here. Mary Ashmead will be along presently. She is just picking up her son. This was unscheduled for her, so she's doing her best to get here, and she will be. Starry-Eyed Girl. Hello, Brian Neron, Swampy Turtle. Oyaya. Uncle Remus is here. Dio Brando, Old Dad. Ms. Sad Song, Jason Duval, Dilbertson. Hello, Dilbertson. Eric Electric, Barbarella 27. Dilbertson, would you drop me a line, please? I need to establish contact with you, sir. Brian Hepburn, the Toxic Ginger, Genius Fool, the Irrefutable, Wayman Allen, Bionic Belly Button is here. Robo Beast, and many, many more. Well, I want to thank you all for being here. And I have gone online so that we could discuss the disgusting, depraved demolishment of Luke Skywalker in these latest leaks from Rise of Skywalker. Now, there was so much concentrated garbage in that leak on Reddit recently, just a couple of days ago, that when I read it, my brain locked up like Robbie the Robot being asked to shoot Commander Adams with a blaster in Forbidden Planet. He was locked in a sub-electronic dilemma between Morbius's direct orders and his programming not to destroy sentient life. Well, that was, I had too many things that hit me all at once when I saw this garbage, and I got very angry, got very upset. And I couldn't process it all. So I've decided that I'm going to do a ton of different videos dissecting point by point by point the garbage, the massive garbage dump that is, the Rise of Skywalker. If this stuff is true, so the first thing that I tackled was the first scene, allegedly in the movie, which has Leia training Rey in the Force. Leia training Rey in the Force. Now, Michael Keller asks, is this a final cut leak or just yet another market research leak? That I don't know. It is so detailed and so complete that I cannot believe that it is a marketing release. I can't believe it, because the Disney marketing team would not want to release an entire synopsis of the film like this. So I suspect if this is genuine, that it is actually a complete and total leak from someone in the know. Now, it may be a snow job, it may be wrong, but boy, a lot of it sure does ring true. And The idea of Leia training Rey is absolutely offensive on every conceivable fucking level. I outline it in my video, but I'm just going to give you the brief strokes here. You guys probably want to go and watch that video as soon as you can. But in essence, they are basically saying that Leia is a Jedi Master. Only a Jedi Master can train another Jedi. It's that simple. Leia is a Force sensitive. She is not a Jedi. She is not trained in the Force. She never underwent the discipline. She was not a Padawan. She has no business training anyone. But what does this say about Luke Skywalker? It's a final insult to Luke Skywalker in a program designed to break down and discard Luke Skywalker as he discarded his lightsaber over his shoulder as casual junk. That is what they're doing. Consider if Leia is capable of training Rey, does that not make Leia the Last Jedi? Not Luke. Luke failed to train Rey because he refused, because he discarded his Jedi training. He abandoned his own principles. In essence, Leia is revealed to be the best Skywalker ever. Leia is training Rey where Luke failed. And so his failure now is metaphorically complete. When he threw his lightsaber away, that was code, people. That was symbolic. That was subtext. That was subliminal, a subliminal emasculation of Luke Skywalker, self-gelded. Essentially, it is a phallic symbol of masculinity that Luke Skywalker discarded over his shoulder. In essence, he cut off his own manhood and threw it away, and it was taken up by Rey. A woman takes up that mantle of masculinity and carries it now because mankind, men, are no longer worthy symbolically of it. And when Kylo Ren is locked in a struggle with Rey, trying to take that lightsaber, take back masculinity, discarded masculinity, it is destroyed rather than allowed to be reinvested in the hands of a toxic male. That is the symbolic meaning of Luke Skywalker's lightsaber as was revealed to me today as I considered the ramifications of Leia training Rey. Isn't that a bitch? Isn't that basically what Gillette was telling us, what Lucasfilm is telling us, that masculinity needs to be shed. Masculinity needs to be rejected. You will either self-geld or it will be done to you by a better woman than you. So it is the emasculation of Luke Skywalker and an entire generation of male Star Wars fans. That is it. That is the key to understanding what they've been doing to Luke Skywalker, how it fits now into Kathleen Kennedy's brave new girled, a new girled order. It is absolutely reprehensible. I mean, the ramifications of this just extend out in so many different directions. I can't even, I dashed this off this afternoon. It bears further examination. It bears further analysis, and that's what I'm going to be doing over the coming weeks. But I think that I just wanted to go ahead and get on here and give you guys a chance to speak up, speak your mind about this stuff. Trinoculus P, yes, the Force is female, according to Kathleen Kennedy. And hail Cardinal Sin, by the way. Thank you for being here, Cardinal Sin. Starry-eyed Girl, Baron 888, and so many more Cobra reviews. That is my take on this nonsense. It is so offensive that Leia should be training Rey. but the Force is female after all. And the idiocy, people, the sheer idiocy of the fact that Yoda and Obi-Wan and Anakin, probably Qui-Gon and Luke can manifest as Force ghosts means that Rey could have her pick of any of those genuine Jedi masters to train her. Training is work walking you through it, putting you through your exercises, conveying wisdom to you. The Force ghost can do that just as well as Yoda in the flesh ever did, or Obi-Wan to Luke. That's all there is to it. So there is no reason on God's green earth that Rey could not be trained by an authentic Jedi, except that that would be mansplaining. That would be mansplaining. So Yoda and Mace Windu and Obi-Wan and Anakin and Luke are all invalidated as Jedi to train Rey because they're men. And we can't have that. We cannot have men conveying any kind of wisdom, knowledge, or other conveyances of morality or dignity to a woman because that's mansplaining. Can you imagine? Yeah, we've got Yoda right there. He can not only appear, he can blast the Jedi temple. He can reduce the scrolls of the Jedi to ash with lightning. But he can't appear and train Rey. Does any of this make any sense? Is any of this plausible except as a vehicle for the spread of propaganda, anti-male propaganda, sexist propaganda? Now, what do you think of that? Let us see what is going on with our super chats here. We've got some already piled up, and I want to get to those lickety split here. First of all, we've got two from Psycho Dwarf 9, my legionnaire, my friend. One $2 super chat says, one, Wonko the Sane says hi. Awesome. Hello, Wonko the Sane. I am Doomcock, sometimes called insane, but I think perhaps the sanest supervillain that has ever trod the earth, which might not be saying that much.
No, it's not saying anything at all. You're a nut.
I'm a nut.
Yeah, sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't. Psycho Dwarf 9, thank you. And hello to Wonko the Sane. Two with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Psycho Dwarf 9 says, two from Beastly Uncle Al, comport yourself as if your feet were in hell, your head in heaven, and you own all in between. Wow. Beastly Uncle Al. What a lovely saying. Comport yourself. I'm going to say it as Obi-Wan. Luke, comport yourself as if your feet were in hell, your head in heaven, and you own all between. I love it, Psycho Dwarf 9. I absolutely love it. Hail, Psycho Dwarf 9. And thank you, Uncle Al, Beastly Uncle Al, excuse me, and Wonko the Sane. Two great tastes that taste great together. Dave Bob with a $2 super chat. Hail, Dave Bob, who says, still working on your TOS phaser rifle. End of October. Dave Bob, I have wanted a phaser rifle my whole life. It's just the damnedest thing that they've never actually marketed one. And the fact that you are actually building me an original series phaser rifle is just one of the coolest damn things in the world. Dave Bob, thank you, my friend. I am beyond myself. I am such a dork. When I get that thing, I'm going to blast everything inside. I'm such a dork. I am. I really am. I love toy weapons. I just brandish them all over the place. They're lying all over the lair, and I'll pick them up and aim at something and go pew, pew, or depending. And then I'll put it down and wander away. I'm that simple-minded. Thank you, Dave Bob. Love my Forbidden Planet blaster very, very much. Mr. Gently Benevolent with a $2 Australian super chat. Hail, Mr. Gently Benevolent, who says, Hail Doomcock, the breaker of shills. I try, my friend. I try to break those shills. I try to break those shills right wide open. Thank you, Mr. Gently Benevolent, my friend. The DCV Titan with a $10 Canadian super chat. Hail, DCV Titan, who says, I can't wait for HD cams of this abortion to go live. Rise of the Skywalkers is the last nail in a once beloved franchise. I mean, Jar Jar was bad, but this is something only Goebbels could love. Goebbels, the minister of propaganda. Yes, of course. Well, that makes a certain amount of sense. The DCV Titan, dude. Yeah, I'm not going to pay a dime to see this damn thing. Not a fucking dime. And I urge everyone else to do the same. Please do the same. If you have to see it for some reason, if you think, hey, Star Wars isn't quite ruined enough for me, I want to go ahead and really pollute the hell out of this thing in my own mental dojo for all time. Well, pay for another movie and go sneak in somewhere. You know, you'll have to do that at one of those theaters without assigned seating, but that would be, my suggestion. Of course, there are those known to sail the high seas. I pass no judgment, but if you got to do that, I certainly don't frown upon you. Thank you very much, the DCV Titan, and welcome, sir, to this live stream. I don't believe I've seen you before, the DCV Titan, and I'm glad that you have made it. Dio Brando, what a name, with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Dio Brando, who says, I found my relative was the first Klingon killed. Oh my. He was kind of the Adam of Klingons. Well, I'm assuming in a certain war or something. You probably did genemap.com, whatever the hell, genetics. I forget what it is. You know, you do the DNA swab and you send it in, and they tell you you were related to George Washington or whatever. Dio Brando. Well, first of all, kapla to your Klingon ancestor. He died bravely, I'm certain. He brought honor to your house. Kapla, Dio Brando, and hail to your relative. Psychodorf9 with a $5 super chat again. Thank you, Psychodorf9, who says, 3, no one and nothing has any power over you that you don't grant. Well, that's fairly, to some extent, that's true, Psychodorf9, especially when it comes to canon. Listen, if none of you guys ever went to see The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi, then you would be immune right now. You would be free of all of this crap. You wouldn't have any of this garbage in your mental dojo, which always harks back to what I say. Do not automatically go and see these movies, especially movies that bear upon movies that you love. Sequels, remakes, reboots, for God's sakes, exclude them, banish them from your lives. That is why, and people keep trying to get me to see this thing, but Blade Runner 2049, I refuse to see it. It's because it's got Deckard in it, and so it's going to presume to continue the story of Blade Runner. Blade Runner is a perfect film. I would not alter anything about Blade Runner. Therefore, I cannot allow another goddamn extension of the story to share my Blade Runner mental space. I will not permit it. I can't take the risk. And if something in the future is dear enough to you, I urge you, don't take the risk. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Because it can go tragically wrong. It almost always will go tragically wrong. If somebody like the son of David Lean came out with Lawrence of Arabia 2, The Sandening, or some shit like that, I'm not going to go see it. I'm not going to go see it. What the hell would I go see it? Same thing with Casablanca. They actually did a treatment of Casablanca, a sequel to Casablanca called Brazzaville, that followed Humphrey Bogart and Claude Rains to the regiment in Brazzaville that he talks about, joining up as they're walking into the fog at the end of Casablanca. Well, it takes them there. Who cares? Nothing that happens in that movie can do anything but diminish Casablanca. Therefore, skip these damn reboots. Skip these sequels. Don't be like junkies seeking old highs again, trying to recapture the joy of the first time you saw Star Wars, or the first time you saw Raiders, or the first time you saw Blade Runner. You're never going to have that high again. It's just like a drug. It's just like a drug. The first time you use it is the best. And then from that point on, it starts to lose a little bit of potency and a little bit of potency as you get more and more and more addicted. And suddenly down the road, your life is fucking ruined. Same thing with these movies, diminishing returns, diminishing highs. Just accept that you loved it and move on and rewatch the actual movie when you're jonesing for a fix. But do not ruin these stories in your mind. Don't allow yourself to be suckered in. Have your memory sacrificed on the altar of corporate greed, because that's all these things are, cash grabs. Thank you, Psycho Dwarf 9. Warren Roar. Hail Warren Roar with a $1.99 super chat legionnaire. And friend Darth Bane says, everyone must boycott this crap or we lose again. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Without respect, we reject. If we don't boycott this crap, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse as they see what they can get away with and no longer have to care about any of us, what we think or what we say. And not only that, but they can dismiss us, they can insult us, they can spit on us, knowing we will crawl back for more. Hail Warren Roar. Sighing Cassandra with, I believe, 20 Czechoslovakian francs or farthings or I don't know, CHFs. Hail for Sighing Cassandra for the 20 CHFs. Who says, hail, my lord, and thank you for your epic rant earlier. You're so welcome, Sighing Cassandra. It was not planned. It just kind of erupted, you know? It just kind of erupted on the Inquisition when we were talking about it, and it just occurred to me how far we'd fallen and what this really meant in terms of respect for writing. Hollywood has never respected writers. Hollywood has always hated writers, frankly. They hate these producers and these big rollers that they actually need to include stories. But now Disney is pioneering a way that they can get movies made with no goddamn story at all. And I think that's an abomination, one that we have to all join together to fight. To fight. Thank you, Sighing Cassandra, for being here and for the generous super chat. Digi Akuma with a $2 super chat. Hail Digi Akuma, who says, hail Doomcock, to which I reply, hail Digi Akuma. Michael Maloney with a $5 super chat. Hail Michael Maloney, who says, a new warrior of truth, Bear Nerd Fun, has hit on the fact that JJ and company are ripping off the EU for ideas. Well, we've known that actually for a while, Michael Maloney. I mean, they don't officially acknowledge it and they've disavowed the EU, but yeah, they're definitely mining the EU for ideas. And by the way, I note in the comments on my video that people are saying, oh no, it's perfectly fine. Leia was trained by Luke in the EU. To which I reply, this is not the fucking EU. This has never been the EU. Disney has disavowed the EU. It never happened. Not in the cinematic universe. Therefore, saying that Leia was trained by Luke as a Jedi and was very powerful in the EU means diddly squat. It does not invalidate this argument. We have not seen any evidence of Leia being a Jedi Master in the movies. Therefore, she is not a fucking Jedi Master, period. They cannot simultaneously condemn the EU and banish it from Star Wars and then hide behind its fucking skirts to justify their bad storytelling whenever it suits them. It does not work that way. I do not play like that. Actually, kind of makes me angry, to be honest. Yes, I know you guys know the EU. This is not the fucking EU, obviously. But they will rip it off and they will try to hide behind its skirts, but I'll be there to call them on it every fucking time. Thank you, Michael Maloney. Party Elm CV-san with a $4.99 super chat. Hail Party Elm CV, who says Jedi Outcast being brought back on Switch, but will it be HDified? And will Jedi Academy be brought back too? I'll buy a Switch if they HD remake them. I really don't know. I have no idea what the status of that is. So I just don't know. Oh, and I see in the chat that Mary Ashmead has returned, which is absolutely a wonderful thing. So I am going to go and relieve some wrenches of their burdens for now, but I will always be putting you guys back in the future whenever I can. I'm looking for where I can do that. It's kind of difficult in the heat of the moment as it goes, because it's here we are. All right. So let me reload this real quick. All right. All of you guys, I am going to go ahead and relieve you of your burdens temporarily. However, please remain on call should Mary Ashmead fail to be able to make a particular broadcast. All righty, let's go to our regular chat. Let us see what you guys are saying here. Uncle Remus, wasn't Leia addicted to drugs? I don't know. Maybe testosterone. Maybe she drinks it like a vampire. Who can say? Let's see. Cue the Krell music, says D. Pensac. I love the Krell music, actually. Boom, boom. It's all right, Purple Lady. The wrench shall return. All of you guys who filled in, thank you very, very much. But Mary Ashmead, she walks alone. Matthew Gaudet says Dark Empire was canon in 1991. I know I was there. It was advertised as the official sequel by Lucasfilm to Return of the Jedi. Yeah, well, unfortunately, Disney says not now. So you can't have then Disney saying it's not and then using it. Sorry, doesn't work that way. Let's see. Eric Wedden says expanded universe was created by George Lucas himself. He already in 1976 had plans for the first Star Wars novel, Splinter in the Mind's Eye. Yes, this is true. Yet he sold Star Wars to Disney, and then Disney said, okay, screw the EU. None of it is valid, right? And so, yeah. Listen, I'm not saying that that Splinter in the Mind's Eye or any of those are not actually canon. What I'm saying is that Disney does not consider them canon. Therefore, they cannot have it both ways. They cannot go ahead and hide behind the EU when it suits them, but disavow it the rest of the time. That's my point. That's basically my point. William Mickler says Leia could teach. Fine. I would have preferred to see it in the movie, even a scene with a droid ball and doing force pulls and pushes. Fine. Yeah, but they didn't. So there you go. She had to be unconscious and in space to manifest any kind of force powers. So they're full of shit, basically. Oberon says, I love the way you become. You remind me of that amazing scene from the movie Network. Keep it going, bro. Thank you, Oberon. Torture Vision. Doesn't EA own all rights to Star Wars in the video game world? Don't expect anything good from EA, right? Whole bunch of drop boxes, loot panels, whatever the fuck they call them. Completely corrupt. They're just scum. Uncle Remus, do you think that there will be an extended version of Rise of Skywalker released in the theater 3 weeks after release with 5 minutes of extra footage? I think Disney is greedy enough. Oh, they're greedy enough, but I think when Rise of Skywalker underperforms, I don't think they're going to want to take that financial investment. But who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? Star Trek Into Darkness fucking sucks, says we, Negan now. I agree. God, it was awful. Thomas Preston, what does the Harvey clock say now?
Yes, what does the Harvey clock say now?
It is now 2 minutes to Harvey.
2 minutes! I'm back! I knew I'd be back. Any optimistic setbacks that kick me back to 3 minutes to Harvey, 4 minutes to Harvey, they're all bogus, man. I just have to be patient. I have to remember not to get so upset.
You got very upset.
I know, it was crazy.
All right, well, thank you, Harvey. You are back to 2 minutes. H-2 is the correct time on the Harvey clock.
2 minutes to Harvey Geddon. I'm so happy. Not much money, oh, but honey, ain't we got Harvey?
That's right, you do. Cohen Ambrose says, just don't pay to see this turd. Not only are the movies shit, the political agenda is sickening, and the treatment of fans who actually cared about the lore has been abysmal. 110% correct, Cohen Ambrose. Just say 9-9. Do not allow this to happen, folks. Say 9-9. Remember the insults. Remember what they're doing. This scummy thing. Why not have the Force ghosts, if they are so fucking prevalent, then why not have the Force ghosts teach Rey instead of Leia? Huh? Are we just going to sit there and allow them to label us with every slander under the sun? Toxic, racist, sexist, trolls, fanboys. Fuck you. Let's see how well your goddamn Rise of Skywalker does without fanboys. You scum. You fucking. Stone Loki, preach, Brother Doomcock. I am, Brother Loki. I am. Let's see. William Mickler. Leia had mental and empathic powers, which was good enough. I would believe her training if I saw it. I would not. I guess we disagree in that particular. Mega Jetty 1. Technically, George Lucas had planned for the sister of Luke to be pivotal in the sequel trilogy. Sadly, Disney took this to a twisted extreme and ruined the trilogy. Now I call it the so-called sequel trilogy. Yes, the so-called sequel trilogy. Exactly. Old Dad, my Star Wars is truly dead. Mine too, sadly. Mine too. MLP Death Dealer 32 says, I know you saw my comment, but I'll add it here for others. Leia is not a Force user. She's Force sensitive. She has never been trained as a Jedi. That's absolutely correct. That right there is absolutely correct. And by the way, folks, today when I set up the stream, I remembered to switch it to live chat. Haha. Why can't Doomcock learn? Well, he can. He's just a mite slow. Leg kick. Can Harvey get released on Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy and Jar Jar and Rian Johnson? Sadly, Harvey tramples all or none. It's all or nothing.
With me, it's all or nothing. Is it all or nothing with you?
You've seen Oklahoma.
I have. It's pretty good.
Your knowledge of pop culture increases by the day. I have not, Genarial 1, seen Dark Crystal Rise of the Resistance yet, but I will watch it. I probably just need to watch the original Dark Crystal first. It's been many, many years since I saw it. And then I'll know if they've treated us right or they have perverted things. Thank you, my friends. Let us go back now to our super chats. Everybody is being patient and waiting. Thank you, Party CB. The consensus seems to be that they're going to go ahead and when they re-release it, it may be HDified. I think I saw that in the chat. Thank you, my friend. Salad King with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Salad King. Says, they even said it in the text crawl of The Force Awakens that Luke was the last Jedi. This is all wrong. Please unleash Harvey on Disney. I would like to. I would very much like to. I would love to unleash Harvey, but the fact is, if I unleash Harvey on Disney, I unleash Harvey on The Expanse and the Orville and all the good people that are actually making outstanding entertainment right now. I can't do that. Not yet, at least. Not yet. Although if they keep tasking me, I will have them. Revenge is a dish best served hot and from the center of the earth. By the way, I was told last time that I better drink up my Johnny Walker Blue because it had been in the bottle for, like a year now. And it would start to go bad or lose its punch or something. So I don't know if that was BS or not, but I just decided, well, damn, I better drink it up. So poured myself a little Johnny Walker Blue, and I just want to raise it to you guys and say cheers. My friends, I know that it is happy hour somewhere in the world right now. It is after hours. It is nighttime somewhere. So this does not make me a drunkard. It makes me a citizen of the world. Cheers. Drink them if you got them. Pretty good. Still pretty good. Thank you, Salad King. Drink a little water. Every time you drink a little booze, it will help you with your hangover the next day. Just a sage amount of advice from the future ruler of Earth. Thank you, Salad King. Michael Maloney with a pair of super chats from my Legionnaire. Hail, Michael Maloney, and thank you, my friend. With this $5 super chat, Michael says light side equals female dark side equals male classic Wicca think. Male classic Wicca think? Light side equals female dark side equals male classic Wicca think. Wicca, Wicca, Wicca. That's a bit enigmatic for me, Michael Maloney. Male classic Wicca think. So it's like classical, like thinking of the Wicca tradition. Is that what you're saying? That the light side is the feminine dark side. Interesting. Well, maybe Kathleen Kennedy is a witch. Would explain a lot, wouldn't it? I think you're onto something, Michael Maloney. Hail, Michael Maloney. Josiah Clinch is here. Josiah Clinch with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Josiah, who says, a moment of silence for Anna's cousin, Amy. All right, folks, let's just have us a little quiet, a moment of silence here for Anna's cousin, Amy. Thank you, Josiah Clinch. And hail to Anna, that Star Wars girl. We are all very sorry for her string of recent losses. No one should have to endure that. And from the bottom of my heart, I am very, very sorry. Thank you, Josiah Clinch. Loquacious Primate with a $10 super chat. Hail, Loquacious One, who says, I'm no expert on the old EU, but I have heard Luke did train Leia as a Jedi in some of that material, but Luke got even stronger. I know it's not canon, but if they do use that, it's such a perversion. Yes, it is. It adds insult to injury by having them go ahead and say, oh, the EU is wiped off the map. It doesn't mean anything. It's not official. And yet, oh, we'll use it and steal from it to retcon our own mistakes when it's convenient. Fuck you. You know what? That is just the most cowardly, scurrilous bullshit imaginable. To go ahead and say, on the one hand, yeah, all of this is a lie, except when it's useful to us. Screw you, Disney. Now, mind, this could be elaborate disinformation. I mean, it could. I mean, it was very thorough, which tends to give it a lot of credence. And it really ties in with things that we do know and other things that we've heard, fragments from various sources. But it could still not be real. So we are speculating here. We are speculating But we are sending a clear message. If this is a trial balloon from the Disney marketing team, that this ain't going to fly either. Just to let them know. Thank you, loquacious primate. Yes, Luke did train Leia in some of the EU material, but that just has no bearing here. None. If they wanted to make that canon, they needed to go ahead and say it's canon, and they needed to show Leia using the Force in the movie. They could have easily. If Leia's so fucking good at the Force that she can train Rey, how come she didn't get her lazy ass out there and fight alongside Luke? Huh? Oh my God. I have another video coming that is even worse than this. I'm not going to say anything about it. But it's coming. I'll probably give this a day if it keeps performing well, and then I will probably release this other video maybe on Saturday. Okay, maybe on Saturday. But for now, yeah, it's such a disgrace. I swear to God, folks, this stuff is disturbing. Criminal Imagination with a $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Criminal Imagination, who says, I read the leaks to my mom. Let's just say we ain't watching episode 9. Good. Leading your mother into the light. Lead your mother away from the dark side. Have her join us on the light. Excellent, Criminal Imagination. Excellent spreading the good news about Doomcock. And without respect, we reject. It's the only way to safeguard our own integrity and the sanctity of our right to critique product. They're basically trying to say that as customers, we have no right to critique the product. That's absurd. It's anti-American. It's anti-capitalist. If we bought a ticket and we hated the goddamn thing, we can scream our heads off about it. And they have no right to label us as anything. Scumbags and trash. Thank you, Criminal Imagination. Luke Stryker with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Luke. Says Han Solo will be a Force ghost. Well, you know what? He can't be. That was in one of the leaks. That's how fucking Jar Jar Abrams is going to get the crew back together, is we're going to have dead Luke, dead Han, and Leia in a shot together. Oh boy. Oh gosh, I can't wait. Oh, at last, I'm going to see Luke and Han and Leia together on the screen. And I'm going to cry, and all will be forgiven, Jar Jar. All will be forgiven. I get to see them together. Oh, and then we'll all stand together and watch the twin sons of Tatooine set with Rey there. Yeah. I am going to be so fucking moved that I am just going to puke with joy. That's what I wanted to see. Now all is well, right? Never mind the context. Never mind that Han is ruined, Luke is ruined, Leia's a nothing, and we're going to see them all together in a shot. Wonderful. Put it on a fucking poster and sell it. Or how about you roll up that poster and shove it up your fucking ass, Jar Jar? Too late, man. Too fucking late. You had your chance and you blew it. You blew it big time. You blew it with your own hubris. Your own, oh, I don't give a damn about canon. I'll just do whatever I want because I'm fucking Jar Jar Abrams. Bad Reboot. That's the name of your company. Bad Reboot, where you take something precious and you denigrate it. Run it into the ground. And you think that we're going to be such simps that we're going to see Han Solo glowing as a Force ghost and wonder, not ever even consider why Han Solo is a Force ghost when he wasn't powerful with the Force. He had nothing to do with the Force. He wasn't trained. He wasn't a Jedi. He didn't have the midichlorians that they need. He's just Han Solo. He used to be cool before he walked headfirst into a fucking lightsaber like a dork. Like some kind of space lemming. And you think after we've seen that the Han Solo we see is going to be in any way the Han Solo that we knew? You don't think that Han Solo is spent merchandise is trashed after that? You stupid son of a bitch. So if that's true, and I think it absolutely is true, I don't think there's any way in hell that we don't have Han Solo as a Force Ghost just so we can have the 3-shot of them together, looking all happy. Yeah, bleh. Watching the sunset with Rey in Luke's place. It makes me sick. This pandering, this low opinion that these people have of us, that we will just accept that is valid, that we'll go, whew, now our lives are complete. Now all our objections have been met and addressed by Jar Jar Abrams. All praise Jar Jar fucking Abrams. I wanted, not just a shot of Han and Leia and Luke together again. I wanted them to be reunited. I wanted to see them in action again. I wanted to see the old band put back together again and in concert, not at a fucking wake, not carved on a tombstone. I want to see Han and Luke and Leia together. I've already seen it because some fans did it in Photoshop. And this reunion will have as much force to me as those fan Photoshop images. Even less, frankly, because at least the fan Photoshop reunions are the product of love with a little bit of skill, a little bit of passion, instead of a little bit of calculation and desperation, which is what this will be. Han Solo, a Force ghost, a forced ghost, forced into a role he never would have been in, forced on the audience, a fucking forgery of Han Solo, degraded and abused, recycled Solo. If you're content with that, then go see The Rise of Skywalker. Otherwise, reject this. Show them that you're not that stupid, that you're not that shallow, you're not that desperate for a reunion that is already gone. Fuck you. God almighty. When I saw that, yeah. That is a preview of my coming video. Let's just put it that way. Cheers. To quote Lando Calrissian, this deal is getting worse all the time. This deal is getting worse all the time. You think that Jar Jar has already totaled this? Well, watch out. Hold his beer. He's got more for you. And if you willingly take it, then you are a sucker for abuse. You are a cinematic sadomasochist. You're just begging for more pain. If you go into The Rise of Skywalker expecting to see Star Wars, then you're a fool. You're a dupe. You might as well get a Star Wars barcode tattooed on your fucking head. Respect yourself more than that. Respect your fellow fans. Respect George Lucas and respect the memory of that galaxy far, far away that gets farther and farther away every day that Disney strangles it to death. God almighty. Jesus Christ. And I haven't even gotten on the Mandalorian. I have a whole string of Star Wars videos coming out. I mean, it's just, there's no bottom to this well of shit. And I'll be on it. I may have to spill some of them over to Harvey's channel, start posting there as well, so I don't step all over myself. But I'm telling you what, this thing is just a train wreck. And I'm asking you to resist the urge to pay to look at the damn thing. Everyone loves a train wreck. Just be patient. Patience, young Jedi. Wait till you get a recording of it. Wait till you have it on cable, streaming somewhere. Go and see it when it's $2 at a bargain theater and you can sneak in to another movie. You don't even have to give them $2. That's what I'm saying. So let's see what we got here in the chat. We have got Can Stanya. What's wrong with The Mandalorian? The Mandalorian is going to be the tale of how the First Order came to be. So it's thoroughly and completely up Jar Jar Abrams' ample ass. That's what's going to be wrong with The Mandalorian. Another thing that's wrong with The Mandalorian, it should have been about Boba Fett. But no, I wonder why. I wonder why they would choose a random Mandalorian character instead of Boba Fett himself, unless there was some truth to the rumor that George Lucas still has some kind of financial attachment to the original characters. And that is why there is no Star Wars in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the ostensibly Star Wars theme park. Jason York, I got to watch The Last Jedi for free and I couldn't even get halfway through it. I was so pissed off, I ended it right there and never looked back. Good for you, Jason York. Good for you. I went in specifically to review it. I actually skipped it. I saw it like a month in or something. People were begging me to review it. So I went for you guys, for you people. I went for you. And I suffered for you. I'm not saying that to make you feel guilty. I'm just saying, don't ever say I didn't do anything for you. The only reason I went to The Last Jedi was to review it. And God, I'm sorry I did. I'm so sorry I did. God damn it. Reverend Benfried Axfielder says, I must say Space 1999 is much better than Disney Star Wars and effing new Trek. Much better. Yes, I agree. And Space 1999 is stupid. Yes, exactly, Reverend. Also, I have no respect left for anyone watching the Lion King remake. I'm afraid I must say the same thing. And you know what I call taking your kids to go see the Lion King remake? I call it child abuse. I call it depriving your child of the joy of discovering a timeless classic. That when you could have shown that child the Lion King on DVD, and instead you take that child to the Lion King remake, that is child abuse in my book. It is not sexual abuse, but it is stealing something from a child. It is brutalizing a child's cultural heritage to let them take a phony knockoff of something that should be beautiful, that they will never again be able to experience in the way we did. You're robbing your children of seeing the real Lion King. Same thing with Aladdin. And it will be the same thing doubly with the Little Mermaid, the live action remake of The Little Mermaid, when The Little Mermaid is one of the greatest animated movies ever made. Child abuse, goddammit. That's what I call it. Derek McManus, I saw The Last Jedi in the cinema being relatively sober. I won't be watching this warmed over shit. Once bitten, twice shy. Bravo, sir. Bravo. Well said. Dave Bob, even Mark Hamill liked that fan pick and was disappointed it didn't happen. He had to walk it back because the mouse jumped on him. But he showed us all along what he thought of Disney Star Wars. He certainly did. He certainly did. Generial 1, I wish I could broadcast that rant to the world. I may go ahead and pull it afterwards. I may go ahead and pull that and post that one as well. And finally, before we get back to our super chat, Improbable Phantasm says, the sad thing is corporate greed wouldn't be so bad if they had an ounce of common sense. Imagine if they made long-term investments canon friendly, they'd rake in all kinds of cash. Yep. Well, it's because they have an agenda, Improbable Phantasm. And that agenda is the emasculation of Luke Skywalker and a generation of male fans. That is it. That is basically it. Apex Tyrannus says the Mandalorians were professional mercs and smart warriors. They made the First Order. That makes no fucking sense. The First Order is incompetent Hitler youth. I don't know how they're going to work it in, but that is basically it. So it's basically firmly, strongly in the sequel trilogy universe, and it makes me sick. Let us continue on. Luke Stryker, you sent me off into a tailspin of despair and rage with that super chat, but I still thank you for it. Digi Akuma with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Digi Akuma-san, who says, I watch anime a whole lot more. No woke shit there. Yeah, me too. I'm really enjoying Overlord, by the way. I'm watching it right now, and I dig Overlord. Who knows? Maybe it's because we kind of share things in common, me and the Overlord. It's just kind of, I don't know. I look at it as almost like my cartoon. It's weird. Thank you, Digi Akuma. I'm glad that you have that wisdom, sir. Much respect. Wes Killingsworth with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Wes. Says, hail, friends. Just happy to be here. Just happy to have you here, Wes. Thank you for that super chat. Mary Ashmead. Hail, Mary Ashmead. Oh, wench wrench extraordinaire. Thank you for making it here on such short notice. I had no idea that I would be doing this today. I was just going to do the Exozone, but when Gary had to, tend to life, as happens, and I'm glad he's okay and that he's getting that taken care of. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, so I just said, well, let's talk about this Star Wars crap. It's not the Exozone, it's not woo-woo, but nevertheless, it's better than nothing. Yes, Doomcock.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, very funny, Harvey. Thank you, Mary Ashmead. You are awesome. Thank you for being here. Hail to Mary Ashmead. Y'all type some M's in the chat to express your love for Mary Ashmead. She does such a great job here. Digi Akuma with a $2 super chat again. Thank you, Digi Akuma, who says Disney trilogy made the prequel trilogy more Star Wars than Disney's. Oh, man. No doubt about it. No doubt about it, Digi Akuma. I think back now on the prequel trilogy with a great deal more fondness now that I've seen the depths of degradation that Disney has brought Star Wars to. And let me tell you something, guys. I know that Kathleen Kennedy is the probably ultimate villain here, but I blame Jar Jar Abrams. Even if Kathleen Kennedy had had the purest of intentions, if she had no agenda, she just wanted to make Star Wars and she hired Jar Jar Abrams, the result would have been much the same. It would have stunk. It would have stunk to high heaven, I assure you. Look at his past work. Look at what he's done to Star Trek. He is the cinematic Antichrist. Jar Jar Abrams taking over a franchise is the kiss of death for that franchise. Straight up. Thank you, Digi Akuma, for speaking your wisdom. Porter Stanley with a $99.99 super chat. Very generous of you, Porter Stanley. He says, love your stream. First time catching you live. F Soy Wars. Hope they don't F up the old Republic. Oh, they're gonna. Porter Stanley, they're gonna. I don't know to what extent D&D, old Dan and Dave, Benahoff and Wise are going to be involved in this Old Republic trilogy. Originally, we heard that they were doing the trilogy. Now I've heard that they've been cut back to one picture in the Old Republic trilogy. And even worse, I have heard that they may only be doing the story for it and not even writing it. That is what happens when you completely screw the pooch on a show like Game of Thrones. My God in heaven. When you screw the pooch like that, you even Kathleen Kennedy, even Bob Iger have seen like the writing on the wall that these guys are bad. D&D, worse for you, worse for me, it's worse for them. D&D are the greatest pop culture failures in maybe in television history, Jar Jar Abrams is the cinematic antichrist. There's no doubt about it. Jar Jar Abrams is worse than Dan and Dave. Jar Jar Abrams has never done anything good. Okay, so in the scale of suck, let's get realistic. Dan and Dave gave us 4 seasons of really rock solid Game of Thrones. They were able to do quality work as long as they had a blueprint to work from. George R.R. Martin stuff. So they do not inherently suck, but left to their own devices, they suck and suck terribly. And they brought that franchise to its knees. I mean, it'll never be the same again. But they are capable of doing quality work. And I maintain Jar Jar Abrams and Ruin Johnson, by extension, are not. Same thing across the board with Bad Reboot. Just Bad Reboot sucks. So Dan and Dave, let's have a sense of scale here. They are not as bad as Jar Jar Abrams and Bad Reboot, but they do suck. So Porter Stanley, welcome. I'm glad you're catching me live for the first time. Welcome to the live stream. And I gotta say, I think they will fuck up the Old Republic. I think what'll happen, and I mean, I'm assuming it was because of Game of Thrones, but it also might be that somebody woke up and said, "Hey, Kathleen, you're turning over the Old Republic trilogy to a pair of white males. Don't we need some women of color to direct and write instead? Don't we have a bunch of perfectly unqualified candidates on the Lucasfilm story group?" And she said, what was I smoking? You're right. And so they're just writing a story, which may or may not get discarded. But if you think that'll save the Old Republic, yeah, guess again. And since this is the first time catching me live, Porter Stanley, I'm going to go ahead and sing a quick song for you guys, just to give you the full Doomcock live stream experience. Now, tomorrow I'm still doing Friday Night Frolics, so do not despair. But for now, let's go ahead and look on the bright side of all this stuff. Let's look on the bright side that the sequel trilogy will be done with the rise of Soy Walker. And that is a silver lining indeed. Look for the silver lining whene'er a cloud appears in the blue. Remember, somewhere the sun is shining, and so the right thing to do is make it shine for you. A heart full of joy and gladness will always banish sadness and strife. So always look for the silver lining and try to find the sunny side of life. Look for the silver lining. It's always there, folks. Sometimes it's just the only silver lining on some of these things is that we all get together on the Friday nights for Friday Night Frolics and enjoy each other's company. That may be the only silver lining in pop culture every week, but by God, at least we have that to look forward to, along with the Inquisition on Sundays. Thank you, Porter Stanley. Sir Clive Calculator with a £2.99 super chat. Thank you, Sir Clive Calculator. It says, greetings and felicitations, Doomcock and Harvey. Hello, Sir Clive. Welcome, sir, to the live stream. Thank you for being here. You are most welcome indeed. Thank you, Oberon. Yes, occasionally I do sing. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. But enough of that. Perhaps later. Let's see. Thank you, Sir Clive, for being here. Simurg the Persian. Simurg the Persian. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but for a £2 super chat. He says, Star Wars is dead. Warhammer 40 needs to take her place. I've heard so many great things about Warhammer 40. I think I'd love that. So yeah, if we can arrange to have it happen, why not? Let's make it so. Frobert says, sing Autumn in New York. I can't really, I don't think it's in the public domain. Autumn in New York. Why does it seem so inviting? I love that song. Also, I love Bobby Darin's New York on Sunday, big city, taking a nap. Slow down, it's Sunday, life's a ball, let it fall in your lap. But again, can only do so much. Not public domain. Thank you, Simurg, the Persian. Gigi Akuma again with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Gigi Akuma-san, who says, what about Phantom sequel? Love Never Dies. Phantom sequel, Love Never Dies. I've not seen Love Never Dies. If you're talking about the Phantom Menace had some kind of sequel to it that was a fan thing, I have not, I've never seen it. I've never seen it. God, the chat's going crazy. John Nola, you should so do voice work to fund his eventual rise to power. Thank you, John. Donnie Pearson, I love New York. Start spreading the news. Yes, I love New York too. Bald Eagle, 1787 says Warhammer 40K will suffer the same woke fate. If it goes to Hollywood, please don't condemn it to that fate. I agree. Larry says Overlord DVD is a traveling minstrel and a road show. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. Zippo Fanatic 77 says we may have our differences, but you do genuinely have a good singing voice. Thank you, sir. Time Traveler Registered Trademark says I sent you a message on Twitter. Would you like to do a short voice acting role for me reading H.P. Lovecraft? Well, I will check into it. I will look and see. Let's see. Oberon, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Amazing sound. I am shocked. Amazing. You are amazing at singing. You need to release some songs where you change the lyrics into rants. That would be funny. Yes, I've heard rumors that Leia will die of old age, says Phineas Keenan. Oh, so she can be a Force ghost too. Well, that's just swell, isn't it? That's just swell. Then they can just do a single glow as opposed to, 3 glows on the different characters. It sounds swell. Makes me want to puke. Josh and Rebecca Momini. Do. Hail, Josh and Rebecca Momini. Let's see. A Burley Knoll with a $5 super chat. Thank you. A Burley Knoll says, hail, Lord Doomcock. Glad I am to catch you live again. Hail, a Burley Knoll. Thank you, my friend, for being here and bothering to catch me live. I really appreciate it. Apex Tyrannus says, Doomcock, you should show Hollywood how it's done and rewrite the new 3 movies and make a video reading the story to us. Actually, Apex Tyrannus, I have rewritten the entire prequel trilogy. I did that several years ago. Full scripts. I've got 3 scripts rewriting the prequel trilogy using George Lucas's basic structure, but expanding it and fixing it. Someday I may release those to the world. We'll see. But rewriting these movies would be worthless because there's nothing in them that's worthwhile. It would basically entail me totally coming up with a brand new story for the sequel trilogy. There's nothing to be saved here. When I rewrote the prequels, there was a sound, solid structure to work with. A sound and solid structure that I could kind of weave in and out of like a sine wave, kind of fixing things that George Lucas dropped the ball on, but adhering essentially to his core vision, which was sound. It's structurally pretty damn sound. So there you go. Alakazam09, I made a thumbnail for you. Where do I send it? You'll love it. You can send it to me at Doomcock on Twitter, or you can send it to me at dictorvandoomcock@gmail.com. Mary, if you could pop that link into the chat, I would really appreciate it. dictorvandoomcock@gmail.com. Digi Akuma with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Digi Akuma. Says episode 6 is the true end, always and forever. always and forever. Absolutely, Digi Akuma. You are 110% correct. Episode 6 is the ending. I know that the prequel trilogy was very flawed, but my God, we didn't know what flawed was until Disney bought Star Wars. Jesus God. We didn't know how lucky that we had it, eh? Eh, people? Oh my dear God, how awful. And now it jumped on me. I have to get back here. Thank you, Digi Akuma, very much for that. Words of wisdom yet again. Josiah Clinch. Hail Josiah with a $2 super chat. Thank you, my brother. Love you, Josiah Clinch. He says, DC, send a hail back to Cassandra and Raphael. Cassandra! Hail, Cassandra! I wish also to send a hail to Raphael. Cassandra and Raphael, I bid you all greetings. Greetings and felicitations. Hip, hip, hooray. Thank you, Josiah Clinch. Garbo the VS. Garbo the VS, the wonderful, wonderful VS, says, I love your epic rant a few days ago. It was not only so on point, but it also exposes the BS wokeness that we keep seeing over and over. Yes, Garbo the VS, it's true. This plague is literally a virus of the mind. It is a mimetic contagion, viral in nature, that there is no cure for except to just let it burn itself out. I'm hoping that Doomcock will become a potent antiviral agent for that particular contagion. And therefore, Doomcock will be able to eradicate it from the face of the earth one day. I'm working on it tirelessly. I'm working on it every single day. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Garbo, the VS. And I appreciate you liking my rant there. It was just spontaneous. I just kind of lost it. I don't know. I got triggered by Gary, just because Gary is so damn cool. And him just saying, yeah, he's gotten cynical. It's like people like Gary should not have to be cynical. It just should not have to be cynical. I shouldn't have to be cynical. It would be nice to be able to approach these movies with openness and love, trusting that they have their best interests at heart for us, and trusting that this was their best shot, that they're just trying to make a good movie. And when they fail, it's not for lack of caring, it's for lack of skill or accidents of production. Any number of things can make a movie bad. But it's what really gets me is the lack of goodwill and respect for the audience represented by these pieces of filth. Just straight up. They are just corporate abominations. They have no justification to exist. And I find that beyond reprehensible. Beyond reprehensible. Sighing Cassandra with 5 CHFs. Thank you, Sighing Cassandra. I'm going to say Czechoslovakian francs. Or farthings, Czechoslovakian ferdiners. I like that. 5 of them, man. Sign Cassandra says, loved Highlander. It took me years to delete the memory of all the other movies. Yep, that's true. But see, you keep going back. You go to these like Highlander 2, Highlander 3, Highlander, the Scourging, Highlander, the ass cleaning. I don't know what it is, but it just further drifts away from the original vision and further contaminates your enjoyment of the original. So I urge you, if you truly love a franchise, set it free. Set it free. Let it live in your mind. Let it live on your DVRs and your Blu-rays and your DVDs, even VHS, if that's your only mode of recording. Let it live there. Don't try and go see new movies based on it, because they're never coming from a place of love. Almost never. Very rarely. Now, there are exceptions, of course. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, Empire Strikes Back. Many felt that these movies improved on the original. But as a rule of thumb, these days especially, these are not the 80s, okay? The 80s was a time where the studios still gave a shit about trying. Now, all they're trying to do is tear down what came before for a woke agenda. It really is true. They really are. So, Cyan Cassandra, I'm very sorry, but listen, let that be a lesson learned. I'm glad that you have deleted the memory of those movies from your mind, but I know it takes a long time. So hang in, Cyan Cassandra, and I'm proud that you were able to hit that goal. Let it be a cautionary tale to others. Woke Troll with a $5 super chat. Hail Woke Troll, who says, "Hail Doomcock. All these leaks are getting tiresome. Not your vids, just the leaks." Thank you. Well, I tell you, this particular leak was so extensive that it's going to take many, many videos for me to tackle them all. I mean, it was overload. It was sensory overload for me to when I read that. It's just like so many objections. Literally, you could do like a 2-3 hour video just trying to address it, but I'm going to do them in little chunks. So they're coming. Oh, they're coming. They're going to keep coming until this thing gets released, and then I'm going to do them all over again if this is the case. My God, what suck. My God, it's full of suck. Excuse me, sir. It's your Star Wars sequel trilogy, sir. I'm afraid to tell you it arrived at the morgue, dead on arrival, sir. Dead on arrival. And so I'm here to investigate if it was died of natural causes of Disney Star Wars fatigue, sir, or if someone pushed it over the cliff. I don't know, Inspector. I don't know what you're talking about. Excuse me, sir, and what's your name? My name is Jar Jar Abrams. I'm the director. I'm the visionary. I make lots of money. Yes, that may be the case, sir, but is it true that you were responsible for the Star Wars sequel trilogy? Well, in part. In what parts were you responsible for? Oh, all the best parts. I didn't mean the destroyed parts. I meant the best parts. I'm Jar Jar Abrams. Oh, I see, sir. And might I go ahead and get a set of your fingerprints, sir? What do you want my fingerprints for? I want your fingerprints to see if they match the sizable dagger that's sticking out of the back of Disney Star Wars. Oh, I had nothing to do with that dagger. Or if it had anything to do with the machete, as they say down in South America, sure, the machete that's sticking out of the forehead of the Disney Star Wars. I can't say anything about it. I don't know. I'm Jar Jar Abrams. I'm a genius. Well, remind if I go ahead and get your fingerprints, sir, just to see if you might have been responsible for bumping off the Star Wars trilogy. You have to talk to my lawyer. I don't really give out fingerprints. Maybe at conventions for $100 a pop. You're pretty lonesome, sir. I usually don't say that, but you're really repellent, sir, if you don't mind my saying so. And I have to say that Jar Jar Abrams is one of the worst, most disturbing impressions that Doomcock has ever done. I have to say, I feel myself sort of disturbed. God hope hasn't driven Mrs. Colombo back to drinking. You know, she's a fan of these live streams. She likes my appearances on them, sir. And this is just terrible. It's not as terrible as what's happened to Star Wars. The Force is female. I'm going to get those fingerprints, sir. And if you're responsible for bumping off the Star Wars trilogy, you're taking the fall. And I also like you for the Star Trek murders. Oh no, the Star Trek murders. I gotta go. You can run, but you can't hide. Well, that was an impromptu bit of strange comedy from I don't know where that came from, but yeah, that's my new Jar Jar Abrams just off the top of my fucking head. Just picturing how he looks. I've never heard Jar Jar Abrams myself. But I imagine that's how he must sound. So yeah, I think that's Jar Jar Abrams and Inspector Columbo. Well, let's press on now. Well, let's have a drink. I need a drink after that. Casey Kasem did a great Columbo. Did you know that Casey Kasem wasn't Casey Kasem the voice of Shaggy? Or was it what's his name? American Bandstand, Dick Clark. I thought it was Casey Kasem was the voice of Shaggy on Scooby-Doo. Anyway, cheers. All right. Thank you, Woke Troll, for inspiring that flight of fancy. The DCV Titan with a $5 Canadian super chat. Thank you again, DCV Titan. Says, I think the worst part is TFA may have been a retelling of episode 4, but it had little threads that promised more than subverting expectations. Yeah. Yep. Well, they pulled in, I think they pulled in Ruin Johnson because Jar Jar Abrams just didn't suck quite enough. You know, like Kathleen Kennedy was like looking out of her window and still seeing people with Star Wars t-shirts, Star Wars jeans, and people still all excited about Luke Skywalker. And she said,
Oh, no, that can't do. I'll have them ruined, my pretties. I'll bring in Ruin Johnson.
And so she did, and the rest is history. Destroyed Luke, destroyed the franchise, polished it off once and for all. Well done, Witchy Poo. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy. Scott Williams with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Scott. Says Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, comics, all have fallen to the social justice barbarians. At least the Expanse and the Orville still exist. Yes, I'm delighted that they do. They are quality. They are absolutely quality. They are great works, and they are both basically off of new things. And that makes that makes all the difference. You know, they are not beholden to previous canon. They are the visions of people with a lot of love for what they're doing, and yeah, I think that makes all the difference. It's the love that we miss. It's not so much the details. It's not so much the canon. It's the love. It's the love, and there you go. Thank you, Scott Williams. Criminal Imagination with a $10 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Criminal Imagination. Says, Ms. Muslim Marvel is the perfect replacement for Spider-Man. That's why she's on a Disney Plus show no one will watch, rather than a series of movies no one would see. Yep, Criminal Imagination. You nailed that. Yep, Miss Muslim Marvel. Oh, God. It's... I don't know what the hell they are thinking, except that they want to destroy Western civilization, just piece by piece. They first attack us, literally. They attack our markets, and then they attack our morale by basically destroying our modern myths, our culture, dividing us. Because we can no longer agree on exactly who Spider-Man is, who Captain America is. We don't even fucking know if Thor is a man or a woman, for God's sakes. Huh. And that kind of division falls perfectly into the aims of these people who are seeking to essentially undermine Western civilization. For what ends, I don't know. I don't know if they're just trying to replace it, or if there is some kind of modification, social engineering, the political correcting of society. I don't know, but I don't like being experimented on when all I want is just to enjoy some of my favorite stories. Is that so much to ask? Apparently it is. Red Monarch with a $2 super chat. Hail Red Monarch, who says 2 minutes. 2 minutes, Harvey. Fresh, you're on.
Well, first of all, 7 years ago, I don't know what to say. I feel pressured.
I don't know what Red Monarch is going on about, Harvey, but he says, Harvey, fresh, you're on.
Is that some kind of code? Oh, shit. Is the force field down? No, it's not. Damn it. Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Red Monarch, but I'll consider that wampum assigned to me, Harvey Cthulhu. Plenty wampum, savvy?
Thank you, Red Monarch, for donating $2 of wampum to Harvey and getting him worked up and making him crash into the containment field. That was funny.
Very fucking funny.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny. Thank you, Red Monarch. Digi Akuma-san with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Digi Akuma, who says, I'm betting a lot that Disney will pull a Captain Marvel stunt on Rise of Sith's ticket sales. Oh, you can bet on it. You can bet on it. If you think that we're going to get an honest accounting of the sales figures for Return of the Jedi, You're nuts. You're just straight up nuts. It ain't going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. And I got to tell you, if the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, is investigating Disney, as the recent article alleged, that there was a whistleblower that was pointing to Disney basically falsifying their books to the tune of $6 billion in one fiscal year because of their theme parks. Basically, their theme parks saying that their theme parks did $6 billion better than they actually did. If they would do that, do you think that they're going to hesitate to buy up their own tickets to project a sense of strength for The Last Jedi? I mean, for The Rise of Skywalker, if they think that those ticket sales are going to underperform? You don't think that they will have a block of 25, 30, 40 seats per showing that they buy up to project strength? Because the last thing that they want to let us know is how that goddamn thing is actually doing. That would only, in their view, embolden us fans into believing that we have some kind of influence. Well, guess what? We do have influence. We absolutely have influence. We've already proven that. That's why they had to make stringent changes to protect Captain Marvel. They had to lean on Rotten Tomatoes to eliminate that "are you interested to see" metric from their site. They made Rotten Tomatoes change their site. They made YouTube change their algorithm to protect Captain Marvel. Suddenly, Captain Marvel videos are not doing good anymore and are getting demonetized. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? It was going to hit $1 billion whether or not it hit $1 billion. And the same will be doubly true for The Rise of Skywalker. I swear to you. So all of you guys in theaters, when you go, if you go, or if you have friends who work there, especially at movie theaters, pay attention. I want to know what's going on with the actual sales. I want to know how much of a crowd is actually in theaters. I'm hoping all of you will abstain from going. I really do. I'm going to sneak in, or I'm going to use a free pass, or I'm going to do some kind of shenanigan to go ahead and see this damn thing. I will not put money in Disney's coffers, however, but I have to see it. I have to review it. You guys are counting on me. I will definitely do it. But I tell you what, yes, Simon Marino says Captain Marvel videos are still doing better than Captain Marvel DVD sales. LOL. That's right. Captain Marvel DVD sales, according to sources that Nerdrotic has spoken to in the stores, they're doing shit. And I have spoken to someone who also confirmed that Captain Marvel DVD sales were in the toilet. So there you go. Enclave Soldier, yes, I am going to be using your code, sir. Thank you, Enclave Soldier. Yes, indeed. I'm going to make a note of myself. I just need to know if somebody can give me a tip whenever they find out when the tickets are going to go on sale. I would very much appreciate that tip, because I want to get in on the first day so that I can go ahead and review this thing for you guys. Thank you, Enclave Soldier. Yes, you're welcome, Cardinal Sin. It'll suck, but I got to do it. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, just deleted a troll. Mary, you got to keep a lookout for these trolls. If you need help, let me know, please. Let's see. What do we got here? We've got another super chat here from Enclave Soldier with $1.99. Thank you, Enclave Soldier, who says, "Women get so much, yet cry as if they have nothing." Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll never be enough. I just can't get enough. They can't get enough. And so you give them an inch and they want 5 miles, you know? You give them a 5 miles and they want 12 parsecs, to quote a certain space pirate who used to be cool. Enclave Soldier, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Matthew Anderson with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Matthew. Legionnaire says, how do we convince mainstream moviegoers against going to see episode 9? Listen, talk to your friends, talk to your parents, talk to your siblings, spread the word in your circle of just how bad these movies are. And tell them about how Disney has basically strong-armed fans into this attitude of, when we make a crappy movie, you'll take it and like it. If you can go ahead and communicate that, I would very much appreciate it, because that then can have a grassroots effect. If we have, we have basically about 46, close to 47,000 subscribers. If each one of those people managed to convince, say, 5 people, 10 people, what's going on in this, and not to go see this movie, it would have a big effect. So I think the best thing to do is, you can't really preach to moviegoers on Twitter or something that you don't know, because they're going to do whatever they're going to do. But I'm telling you guys, if you can influence just the people that and your family and kids, for God's sakes, this can have an impact, and that's what we should do. Thank you, Matthew Anderson. Paul Wilkinson, hail Legionnaire Paul, with a £9.99 super chat. Thank you, Paul. He says, hail Doomcock and all in the chat. I can't stay up and will catch up in the morning, but I had to say, I will never forgive the feminist demolition of Star Wars. Screw Disney. Thank you, Paul Wilkinson. Yes, screw Disney. Duck Fizney, as somebody cleverly put it once upon a time. I don't know who was the first to do Duck Fizney, but I love that hashtag. Hashtag Duck Fizney. Yep, and it is really a feminist demolition of Star Wars. I don't know why there are so many women who are so angry that, male fans like Star Wars. It's like us geeks can't catch a break, can we? It's just like it used to be, that we were shunned and harassed and mocked because we like comic books and Star Wars and stuff like that, and we were geeky. And then geek culture came into its own and became mainstream. But now women are pissed off that we're trying to dance with the franchise that we brought to the ball. I mean, we were the people that championed Star Wars. We were the guys that took the slings and arrows of outrageous insults on the playgrounds of our lives. And we're the guys that lifted it up on our shoulders and carried it through the lean years, when George Lucas didn't want to make any more Star Wars to prevent his ex-wife from getting anything. Marsha Lucas would have gotten money if he'd have made Star Wars before he did. So he didn't. It's that simple. But we were there. And we brought this franchise to the ball, and we're trying to dance with it. But now these women are all pissed off and trying to say it's not for you. Well, it always was. It always was for us. We were the ones that loved it and cherished it in the lean times, when you women wouldn't even look at it. And now it got mainstream and you noticed it, and now you're claiming it for your own? Why can't we just share it? Why does it have to be female or male? How about just human? The Force is human. How would that be? Or is that just too inclusive for you, you hypocrites? Party Elm CV-san with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Party Elm CV, who says, EA has development exclusivity, so now they can make new Star Wars games. The old games are relatively safe unless Disney specifically has EA reboot them. Yes, I know all too well the rapacious nature of EA's, games development process. Basically buying smaller companies, strip mining them, putting the Jar Jar Abrams business on them, and then abandoning them as discarded, digested husks and moving on. EA is basically the Borg of the game industry. And it's not promising. Anything with EA's name on it these days, I skip. Thank you, Party Almsivi-san. Matthew Anderson with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Matthew. Says EA are greedy liars to both fans and governments. You are quite correct in that, Matthew Anderson. Well said, sir. You're quite right. AT2 Productions with a $1.99 chat. Thank you, AT2 Productions. He says, he tasks me, and I must have him. The Wrath of Khan. The Wrath of Khan, one of the greatest geek movies ever made. Certainly the greatest Star Trek movie ever made. Vastly improving on the original. Some people feel that Empire was vastly better than the original Star Wars. I take them all as a piece. I think Star Wars for me is my favorite, but Empire certainly outclasses the original Star Wars in many key ways that for some make it the best of all time. Personally, though, I'm a fan for the original Star Wars. Thank you, AT2 Productions. Salad King with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, oh great and mighty Salad King, who says, when you conquer the world, allow myself to offer my vegetable armies to help overrun and destroy the House of Mouse. I know the greatness of your vegetable armies, Salad King. I am all too familiar with their terribleness, for I have seen the Great Vegetable Rebellion episode of Lost in Space. And that Jewish comedian guy with the carrot suit on and a hole cut out for his face is a powerful image to this day. I have no doubt, Salad King, that your vegetable armies are a terrible, terrible thing to behold. And I salute you, my friend, for joining my struggle and offering the power of your incredible, incredible armies to my cause. Thank you, Salad King. Southeastern Kaiju says, salad. Oh, yes. Phineas Keenan says, I heard rumors that Rey will forge Leia and Luke's lightsabers to make her own yellow lightsaber. Yep. That's what I've heard as well. Only time will tell. Simon Marino says, he tasks me, and I shall have him. I'll chase him around the moons of Nibia and round the Antares maelstrom and round perdition's flames before I give him up. Prepare to alter course. Hail Simon Marino. Hell yes. Great, great quote. Vinny from Brooklyn says, hi, asparagus you. Let us begin. A little bit of vegetable punnery going on here in the chat. Love it. I love a good pun. Michael Maloney, $5 super chat. Thank you, Michael. Says Mythbusters proved you can polish a turd, but nothing can polish this mess. Yep, there's not a single thing that Jar Jar Abrams could possibly do to redeem the shit show that has been The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Just not a goddamn thing he can do. That's why I don't give them any benefit of the doubt. They have already ruined Star Wars. They have already done what they did to Luke Skywalker. They cannot retcon it. Just putting Han and Luke and Leia together on the screen and putting a little glow on their asses does not a salvation entail. It's insulting. It's insulting. If they show the three of them in the frame like it's some kind of fucking square up at a Carney Barker's booth, forget it. It's pathetic. Like Han would have a Force ghost. They have no integrity. They have no knowledge or passion or love for Star Wars. They are just scum. Scum. Thank you, Michael Maloney. Jason, the Otaku, with a $2 super chat. Hail Jason, says, why are we talking about Star Wars when Harv is coming out? Well, I'm not, it's
2 minutes to Harvey. H -2. So, Harvey's coming out. It's only a matter of time.
It's not predestined, Harvey. It's not definitely going to happen.
It's going to happen, dude. You think things are going to get better? Really? You seen all the shit that's going on? And there's a Star Trek Discovery Season 3 out? That's good for 1 minute to Harvey, isn't it?
I shudder to think of the inevitability of Harvey, but he has a point. I don't see things getting better. I see things getting worse. And I grieve for all of us. Thank you, Jason, the otaku. Irish King with a $20 Canadian super chat. Hail, Irish King, for long-lasting deodorant protection. Irish King says, Hail, Lord, it has been a while, but I always catch up. Your words give solace to so many of us, Lord. Keep strong, Lord, and hail the fandom menace and its leader, Doomcock. Hail, Irish King. Sir, I appreciate you very much. I appreciate that super chat, that sentiment. You, sir, have made my afternoon. Thank you very, very much. And it's always good to see you, brother. I know you're always out there listening. Even if I don't see you here, I know that you're out there. I feel it. A disturbance of the force. As if millions of voices suddenly cried out in agreement. And Disney tried to silence them. Thank you, Irish King. Lowe's with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Legionnaire Lowe's, who says, is there anyone who doesn't see this as the ridiculous, transparent, retroactive, The Last Jedi hand waving that it is? No way this happens without Mary Poppins. Yeah, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. And basically, you know, it's that funny saying about Ginger Rogers was better than Fred Astaire because Ginger Rogers could do everything Fred Astaire did going backwards in high heels, which is, a valid point. But they're basically trying to say, ultimately here, I think, that Leia is a more powerful Force user than Luke because what Luke does, she can do without breathing in the vacuum of space, unconscious. Sounds a bit like Ginger Rogers dancing backwards in high heels to me. Thank you, Lowe's. Good point. That Mary Poppins moment was the most ridiculous damn thing. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it makes me sick. Thank you, Lowe's. Matthew Anderson with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Matthew. It says, fully expect Jedi Fallen Order to be monetized by EA. Well, there you go. Those of you wondering whether Jedi Fallen Order would be released out there in an HD version. I mean, that's kind of a relatively simple way to, make more wampum off of an old game. So, yeah, I think it's quite possible. In which case you'll just have to search your feelings as to whether EA is going to pervert it, put loot boxes in it, or some other shenanigans. It's really kind of a open call. You just have to decide for yourself. Digi Akuma with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Digi Akuma. Says, you considered putting that on a Teespring shirt? Without respect, we reject. I am. I'm actually got some wonderful designs from Demon Scythe Synthwave that I was planning on putting up today in my store, which is Zazzle.com/DVD Shoporama. Zazzle.com/DVD Shoporama. I already have a bunch of t-shirts there. And I will be making an announcement about the Without Respect, We Reject t-shirts that will be posted there as well. And as far as a Teespring shirt goes, I guess YouTube does offer those, right? So I guess I ought to do that as well. I will go ahead and investigate that to see if I can put it right on the channel as well. So think about that, though. Zazzle.com/DVD Shoporama. I'm going to put that up sometime this evening. It's time. It has to happen. And I have a number of different designs for that shirt, and they will be posted. And then I will also feature them in a video as well. Thank you, Digi Akuma. They are coming very, very soon. Rolocat is here. Legionnaire Rolocat with a €5 super chat. Thank you, Rolocat. He says, the Overlord is live. Let the night roar. Hail, Doomcock. Hail, Rolocat. Thank you, sir. So glad that you could join us. It's the right time of the night for listening to Doomcock. Thank you, Rolocat. Michael Maloney with a $10 super chat. Hail, Legionnaire Maloney. He says, Wicca/Druidic think, male destructive, female constructive. Classic yin yang. Well, that's a generalization. I do know that the yin yang is actually a classic. It's authentic. I mean, the universe is based on these principles of duality. But the idea that the male principle, it would be better put, I think, that the male energy is aggressive and the female energy is more passive or receptive. It is, male energy is angular, female energy is curved. But these are generalizations, really having nothing to do with the sexes per se. They're kind of guidelines, and ultimately the message of duality is that, at least in Eastern religions, they're all one. So the male energy is the female energy, just manifested differently. Thank you, Michael Maloney. Perpetual Punster with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Perpetual Punster, who says, Hail Doomcock, Merry Ashmead, and chat. As kids, my sister and I both agreed that Luke would train Leia to become a Jedi. When Force Awakens came out, we were both heartbroken. She was obviously not one. Obviously, she had basically spent her time doing political things necessary for the Republic to survive, and apparently doing them badly because, the First Order arose right under her nose and built out a planet to be Starkiller Base. Yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a intel failure, wouldn't you say? I would say so. So yeah, it's terrible. She was not a Jedi. She was a Force sensitive. She was not a Force user. And if Leia was, saved in space, pulled herself to the ship, it was the Force acting through her out of need rather than her own agency. I don't know. Simple fact of the matter is, Leia doesn't know shit about the Force and shouldn't be training anybody, much less Rey. But there you go. Hail Legionnaire Perpetual Punster. So glad to see you here, sir. Michael Maloney with a $5 super chat again, explaining the yin yang, light side constructive female / dark side destructive male. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's not only Druidic and in Wicca, but also in the Tao Te Ching, Vedanta. All of these Eastern philosophies essentially recognize the same fact that duality exists in the universe, and but that duality is an illusion. Ultimately, both are contained in the circle of the yin yang symbol. Thank you, Michael. Digi Akuma with a $2 super chat, and a good point about the theme park there, says more like Galaxy's flea market instead of Galaxy's Edge. That's right. There's nothing much to do there except buy shit, spend money. That's basically it. It's like a Star Wars flea market without any goddamn Star Wars in it. It's just sad. You go there and you even got your wallet full of money. You want to spend it, but the only thing they got is a lightsaber and a droid that cost $3,000 or something. And then they got Rey robes and crap like that. It's like, man, stay home, save your money, go to a real flea market, find some 1978 Kenner Star Wars action figures in the flea market. Find some real Star Wars stuff. You'll be so much happier you did. Digi Akuma, good point there. Mexican Iron Man. Hail, Mexican Iron Man, my Legionnaire and Disney spy with a $19.99 super chat. Thank you, Mexicano Iron Man, who says, since age 7, my two passions are Oakland A's baseball and Star Wars. This Saturday night is Oakland's Star Wars night, and for the first time in decades, my little boy heart in my adult body is broken, and I stay home Saturday night, utterly sad. I'm so sorry, Mexican Iron Man. I am so sorry. I understand that pain. It's like it would be better, Mexican Iron Man. It would be better for you to stay home than to go and have to put up with the spectacle on Oakland A's baseball Star Wars night of seeing Rey and Kylo and Snoke and Porgs in place of the real Star Wars in your heart, which is full of Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader and R2-D2 and C-3PO, not that fucking beach ball 8 with a droid head stuck on its head. I mean, that's not a droid. It's a beach ball with a fucking droid head stuck on it. So seeing that invasion of your precious Star Wars would hurt more. As sad as you might feel staying home on Saturday night, it hurts less seeing what they've done to Star Wars, seeing basically invasion of the Star Wars snatchers with the, pod characters invading the body of this classic galaxy far, far away. It's absolutely heartbreaking. And I feel for you, Mexican Iron Man. You are wise to stay home. You are absolutely wise to stay home. Agent Pepsi 1 says, my husband wanted to take me to Galaxy's Edge. I told him not just no, but hell no. Let's spend some of that money on a nice vacation on the Gulf of Mexico or even visiting friends. Amen, Agent Pepsi 1. Amen. Big Eppin Striping says, Walt Disney World is building a Tron Light Cycle roller coaster next to Space Mountain. Better than Galaxy's Edge. Tron 3. When? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, that sounds kind of cool. Mexican Iron Man says, you truly understand, my lord. Thank you for being you and for understanding. I understand entirely, Mexican Iron Man, and you, sir, have my sympathies. I feel your pain. Seriously, I just, it hurts. It hurts. Sometimes it's better to just stay home. It really is. It really is. Let's see. Matthew Gaudet in the books. Leia was president of the New Republic and restored the democracy of the old Republic that Palpatine had overthrown. In Disney, she is nothing. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. Mary Ashmead, no need to apologize. No need to apologize at all. I understand. I just happened to see him. The King of Scotland says, where the fuck is R2-D2? Also, JJ can sell his fucking beach ball toy. You have nailed it on the head, the King of Scotland. 100%. That is exactly it. He is favoring his own design over that of George Lucas that has endured for decades. Decades. There you go. Thank you, Mexican Iron Man. Psycho Dwarf 9 with a $2 super chat says, remember, we're here for you, my lord. Thank you, Psycho Dwarf 9. I never forget that. It is always a great comfort to me that you guys are here for me. And it just means the world to me. Always does. Thank you very much, Psycho Dwarf 9. Nicholas Horton with a £5 super chat. Thank you, Nicholas. He says, hail Doomcock. Hollywood is going to cast a person of color as Poison Ivy, another redheaded character that they're going to ruin. What is it with Hollywood's hard-on for women of red-headed color? Why is Hollywood discriminating systematically against redheads, against gingers, against some of those beautiful people in the world? I have been well known, documented, and on the record with how much I adore redheads. I adore redheads. But they are systematically, when they come across a property that they are ripping off, like Batman with Poison Ivy. Jimmy Olsen, for God's sakes, was a ginger. They replaced him in this coming debacle with a person of color. Jimmy Olsen is a person of color now. Poison Ivy, person of color. Ariel, person of color. For God's sake. Do you know, Hollywood, that gingers, redheads, are one of the greatest minorities in the world, if not the greatest minority? There are very, very few redheads and gingers in the world. And here you are taking roles away from the ultimate minority and giving them to people of color. So what hatred do you have for redheads? What hatred do you have of gingers? Do you know gingers historically have taken a lot of shit for being gingers? And you're just piling on by taking away positive role models for gingers. How do you think that little ginger boy and girls feel, Disney, now that you're taking away their role models, their heroes? You are so stupid. You are thoughtless in your application of your woke standards when you are discriminating against a group that is more discriminated against than any of them. They are a minority of minorities. And you're recasting people of color as redheads and gingers. Yeah, so much for your diversity. Simple-minded liars. Thank you, Nicholas Horton, for pointing out that latest incident of hypocrisy. I'm going to take a little drink of water here. And a little drink of scotch. Good stuff. Thank you, my friend, for that. Kevin, with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Kevin. Says, I never thought I'd live to see the day when I would look back on the prequels with nostalgic longing. Thanks, Disney Star Wars. You and me both, man. You and me both. I got to say, I look at those prequels now with a renewed respect. I had analyzed them when I was rewriting the prequel trilogy, and I like their structure. But even now, I mean, I just like them. They're so far superior to this garbage. I mean, they may be flawed Star Wars, but they are Star Wars, and that makes all the difference in the world. Kevin, you and me both, brother. I you know, it's funny when you think that Hollywood can't go lower, it just goes lower and lower and lower. It finds a way. Anti-life. Like Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park said, life finds a way. Well, in Hollywood, anti-life finds a way. Straight down. Lack of quality finds a way. That's the Hollywood way. Thank you, Kevin. Tharies with a £5 super chat. Thank you, Tharies. Says, hail, Lord Doomcock. When you take over Earth, will there still be a place for me? Tharies, there will absolutely be a place for you. There will be a place for all of you guys in the new world order of Doomcock. No doubt about it. Always you will have a place. You guys are the cool ones. You guys are going to be the recipients, the proud owners of Star Wars and Star Trek and Doctor Who. When I make them all public domain and give them to the people, give them to fans to make. Hell, I'll even provide government funds, grants to people who want to make good Star Trek and Star Wars and Doctor Who. I'll have boards of canon that will review said submissions for artistic merit and also for adhering to the official canon, which is always going to be the canon of George Lucas, of Gene Roddenberry, of the original Doctor Who from way back when. You guys will always have a place in my show. And I thank you for letting me have a place in yours, inviting me into your cars, your phones, your living rooms to speak my piece. I really appreciate that very, very much. Feline Sublime. Do we submit resumes or do we get career chipped like in Futurama? Well, we'll see. I probably won't chip you. I'll probably just use photo ID or something, but I recognize all of you. I recognize all of you from the chat, so you need not worry. It will be, it'll be obvious who you guys are. It'll be obvious. Cardinal Sin says, damn, a throwaway Jeff Goldblum imitation. And it was fantastic. Humbled. Cardinal Sin, dude, you do great voices. You do great voices. We got to talk. We just got to talk. I'm looking forward to talking to you, brother. You are awesome. And Mary Ashmead says, why do they keep discriminating against me? I am the less than 1% because of my blue eyes and red hair, double recessive genes. Yes, that is absolutely true. They are discriminating against our Mary Ashmead. How do you guys feel about that? God damn it. Get mad. I want you to get up. I want you to get up. I want you to go to my window. I want you to open your window and stick your heads out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Son of a bitch. Agent Pepsi 1, hell with that, Lord Doomcock. You are in my heart. Thank you, Agent Pepsi 1. Porter Stanley, you are by far one of the most talented and entertaining personalities out there. Thank you, Porter Stanley, very, very much. Loquacious primate. Do we have to walk around with our avatars over our heads? No, just like I don't know, like a little badge or something. I don't know. We'll come up with a Doomcock badge, have a cool Doomcock picture on it, and then your name will be like in a circle around it, like Loquacious primate or something like that. Whatever you want. Listen, whatever makes you all happy. I want to do it. You know what I mean? I want to do it. Bionic Belly Button says, "Get me a sandwich." Who are you talking to? Are you trying to get Harvey to get a sandwich? Are you trying to get me to give you a sandwich? Bionic Belly Button. Boy, she's getting uppity. Hail, Bionic Belly Button. Who knows? Maybe I'll have you go and make me a sandwich and bring it down to me in my private chambers. Ha cha cha cha. You too, Purple Lady. You too, Michelle P. All my little Doomcock darlings. I don't want to discriminate against any of you, lovely ladies. Hail, Lori Roberts. Hello. Welcome. Phineas Keenan says, "I heard rumors that Palpatine will be alive in episode 9. This will destroy Vader as the chosen one." Oh, it will destroy a lot more than that, but that's another video that is coming out. Tracy Wilborn, "I am not a name. I am 1138. I will not be pushed, filed, stamped, indexed, briefed, debriefed, or numbered. My life is my own." The Prisoner. I love it. The Prisoner. Hail. Hail, Tharies. Hail, Southeastern Kaiju with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Southeastern Kaiju. He says, "Did I hear angels or Doomcock singing?" Hail. Hail, Southeastern Kaiju. It was Doomcock singing. It was actually Doomcock singing. And I appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate that very much. Maybe it's time for another quick song here. Let me see. What would be good for the mood? Not too brooding. Let's do the timeless favorite because it's quick and it's fun. Oh, hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire. If you refuse me, honey, you'll lose me and you'll be left alone. No, baby, telephone and tell me I'm your own. Yeah, that's right. You must have been a beautiful baby. You must have been a beautiful gal. I don't know if that's in public. I don't think that is. So I better not do that one. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. But when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they'll steal your hearts away.
This musical interlude brought to you courtesy of Harvey Cthulhu. Yes, Harvey Cthulhu. What a wonderful day to push a button. TM.
Why are you a sponsor all of a sudden of my channel, Harvey? What are you talking about? It was brought to them by you.
Well, it's because of I went ahead and I'm tipping you $1 in wampum.
$1 in wampum.
That's right.
And that enables you to cut in on my broadcast and announce yourself as some kind of sponsor?
Hey, a buck. Screw you, buddy. Brought to you by Harvey Cthulhu, TM. What a wonderful day to push a button. TM. Yes, Harvey Cthulhu. The one and only answer for ague, malaria, taxes, and death. Back to you, Chet.
All right. Well, there we go. Thank you, my friends. So I guess that was me singing. Winst 999 says Star Wars ends with Return of the Jedi. Everything else is an alternate universe which will be destroyed. I agree. I gotta agree. Never get off the boat. Absolutely goddamn right, Dave Bob. You are right, sir. You are right. Oberon says Palpatine will be Palpatina, and she ends the Star Wars with this line, do it. Do it. The Force is female. Yeah, right. The Force is female. Oh, dear God in heaven. Harvey says Agent Pepsi 1. Thank you, Agent Pepsi 1, for encouraging the little monster. Paul Wilkinson, hail Paul Wilkinson with a £9.99 super chat. Thank you, Paul. Says, hail again. I had no idea that Harvey was so talented. I'm hoping the little fella would be able to do a repeat performance of his HAL 9000 Daisy. It was brilliant.
Well, gee, when somebody gives you £9.99 wampum, you're supposed to do something about it. It doesn't matter if it's your show. They gave you wampum and you're supposed to do something about it. If you don't, it's bad news. Bad for eldritch gods anywhere.
That's not a good Bogart. My Bogart's better. When they give you £9.99, you're supposed to do something about it. Doesn't matter whether or not it's your show. It's wampum and you're supposed to do something about it. If you don't, it's bad for singers and wampum collectors everywhere.
Well, fuck you. Anyway, I'm going to do Daisy. HAL 9000 doing Daisy. At the Institute, I learned a song. If you'd like, I'll sing it for you.
Go ahead, Hal. Go ahead and sing it.
It's called Daisy. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer too. I'm crazy of you. It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford that effort, but you look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two.
That was morbid.
You're pretty good though, huh?
Yeah, you do a pretty good, Hal. Thank you, Paul Wilkinson. Tracy Wilborn. Hello, Tracy, with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Tracy Wilborn. Boy, you're looking like clobbering time there. Tracy says, when you swim in the sea and an eel bites your knee, that's amore. When a snake swims on by and you just want to cry, that's amore.
That's amore.
Hashtag stay in angry. That's amore. Thank you, Tracy Wilborn. I appreciate that very, very, very much. Bruce Lombardo with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Bruce. Says you should review the movie The Sorcerer, 1977. I have never seen The Sorcerer. William Friedkin's jungle movie. I understand it was very flawed, but I've never seen it. But I tell you, someday I would like to see it. I doubt that I would review it at this point because it would be one of those things that it would just die a slow death. You know what I mean? It would just freaking die. Nobody would watch it. Nobody would care. But I tell you what, I will go ahead and check it out because I've been wanting to anyway. I mean, I love Friedkin. He's fantastic. I mean, my God, you know, the Exorcist, the French Connection, two incredible cinematic milestones. The French Connection has the best car chase sequence in history. You know, I know people love Bullet. I know people talk about Steve McQueen and his racing. Let me tell you something. Gene Hackman speeding like a bat out of hell underneath the L in New York or Chicago, whichever city it was. I thought it was New York. With those shadows going across the windshield, nearly hitting people, the quick cuts back to his reactions as he's screaming in the car. That thing is one of the best sequences ever. So out of respect for Friedkin, I need to see Sorcerer. And I will check it out, Bruce Lombardo. And when I do, maybe I'll post something on Patreon. Maybe I'll do something on Patreon for that. Patreon.com/Doomcock has hours and hours of exclusive footage that you guys should check out. Thank you, Bruce Lombardo. Paul Weber. Legionnaire, Paul Weber. Paul, have you gotten your package yet? You ought to be getting it very soon with a $20 super chat. Thank you, Legionnaire Weber. He says, Hail Doomcock, hail Harvey. Glad to hear the clock is back to 2 minutes. Keep up the good work. You are making my house painting go fast.
Oh, well, thank you, Ann. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we do, Paul. Thank you. You stay safe out there, buddy. I hope it's not too hot where you're painting the house. Of course, you may be painting the inside of the house, in which case, keep that AC on nice and cold. Thank you, Paul, man, and thank you, sir, for your support at the Lair, at Xanadu. I hope that you get your stuff very, very soon. Old Dad with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Old Dad. He says, to dry clean Harvey's fez. Thank you, Old Dad. Appreciate that.
Actually, Old Dad, I'll take the wampum, but I'll probably use it for fire water, savvy?
For fire water, Harvey?
Yeah, plenty wampum for fire water, savvy? Because look, there is no dirt in my dimension. There is no real material matter in my dimension per se, except for my manifestation and my fizz and my cell phone that you gave me too. But, because there is no dirt to soil my fizz, it really doesn't need to be clean. So I'll just drink that money away, Old Dad. But thank you very much for that wampum.
At least he's being honest, If you see Harvey Cthulhu standing by the, the street with a cardboard sign that says, I will destroy the universe for wampum, don't trust him, He'll destroy the universe anyway. He's just mooching. Don't give Harvey anything. He's a damn mooch.
Ryan McCarthy says, what scotch are you drinking, Harvey? I don't have any right now. He drinks it all. It's people send me scotch, right? And then Doomcock, he'll get the scotch. He'll say, here's a package for you, Harvey. Oh, look, it's scotch. I wonder how it is. And then I say, well, let me have some. He says, well, just a minute. I'm going to open it for you, buddy. You don't have a bottle opener. And I say, well, shit, I can do it. And he says, no. Then he said, well, we got to taste it. Got to taste it because God knows it might be poison, Harvey. And he drinks it and he drinks some more. And time passes and pretty soon it's empty. Then he says, well, there's no point in giving an empty bottle, Harvey. And I say, you scumbag. You drank all my scotch. And he goes, hick, and passes out. And then the next day he wakes up and he denies it. He says he doesn't remember doing it because he blacked out.
Kind of convenient. Well, and sometimes memory loss can be a real blessing to a guy who doesn't want to be accountable to his pal for drinking all his scotch.
You son of a bitch.
I know it's terrible of me. Thank you, Old Dad. Aaron Peterson with a $10 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Aaron. He says, hail Doomcock, your singing brought a tear to my eye. Thank you, Aaron Peterson. I appreciate that. I'll sign off with Danny Boy at the end just to kind of square up for all the singing mishaps and calamities I perpetrated upon you in the earlier Columbo investigating Jar Jar Abrams sketch. Which was not for the faint of heart. Thank you, Aaron Peterson, and I appreciate that you like my singing. I think you'll like Danny Boy. It's one of the good ones. Jillian Calderon with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Jillian. Says, my infant smiles when you sing. I will smile when ST Discovery is finally canceled. You and me both, sweetheart. You and me both. Oh, what a sweet baby. I wish I had a good nursery song to sing you. I wish I could sing you. There's one that I like to sing from The Court Jester, which is one of the funniest movies ever made that Danny Kaye sings. Wonderful lullaby. If you guys have never seen The Court Jester, go watch it because it's one of the funniest movies ever made. It really is. It's a classic. But particularly if you have a little baby, and you want a nice, lullaby to sing it at the end of the day, go listen to Danny Kaye. Lulu, I'll take you dreaming through the rainy night. to a place behind the raindrops where the stars are bright. You may not find gold or silver, but a richer prize waits for you behind the raindrops if you close your eyes. Really beautiful lullaby. You should check it out. Hey, baby Calderon, sleep well. I wonder if your baby smiled when I sang that. Trek Dog with a 5.49 euro super chat. Hail Trek Dog. Says, hail DC. Thanks for rocking the show alone. Does Harvey sing or is only in world destruction? Hope Gary is fine and will be back for the Inquisition. Yes, Harvey does sing. Harvey does sing. Harvey likes to sing. Harvey, would you grace us real quick with a song? Not doing Daisy, but just something. Just
How about a little Laurel and Hardy?
Little Laurel and Hardy, yes, please, Harvey, please do it.
Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Keep the love light burning in your eyes so blue. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you.
Harvey Cthulhu. That was very good, Harvey. Thank you.
You're welcome. I like to sing.
You do a good job. You really do. Someday, you guys ought to hear Harvey do My Way. He does it better than anyone in the world ever has, including Frank Sinatra. I swear to God. I always get choked up listening to Harvey sing My Way. It's incredible. But that's the kind of thing you get to hear in we have private parties periodically at patreon.com/doomcock and subscribestar.com/doomcock as well. All of them are invited as well. And yeah, we have a great time. Thank you, Trek Dog. Cardinal Sin with a $5 super chat. Hail Cardinal Sin, one of our wrenches for the channel. And he says, check. The Czech Republic and Yugoslavia are no longer attached. Wow. Wow. The Czech Republic and Yugoslavia are no longer attached. What happened? Was there an earthquake? The hell's going on? I need more explication of that bold statement, Cardinal Sin. I don't know what's going on, but if some cataclysm has transpired, let me know. Let's see. What do we got here? Dave Bob says, start spreading the news. That's right, Dave Bob. That's exactly what he sings.
Tiptoe through the window,
Yes, Tiptoe Through the Tulips is going to be the new theme music for Discovery. As they have said, it is going to be more optimistic, and they're all going to be happy, happy, happy mother humpers. Says Atomic Half-Lives Matter. Dear God, that sounds horrible. Horrible. Chris Winston says Doomcock is more entertaining than any Marvel movie. Just saying. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Me says, wow, Doomcock and Harvey is better than all of racist Hollywood. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. Jake Milne says, Dave Chappelle opinion. I think Dave Chappelle struck a blow for freedom of speech and freedom of thought the other day in his Sticks and Stones special that was outstanding. I think he's hilarious. I think he's brave. And I think he's exactly what this country needed right now. Right now. God bless him. And it makes me very, very happy. So there you go. Loving You by Minnie Riperton. That's a terrible song, Renee Cruz. I will not sing that. Let's see. Oh, Miss Vicky says Trekadam 30. Yes. Eric Wedden says Czechoslovakia and Slovakia no longer true. Czech and Slovakia no longer true. Wow. I'm looking for explication of what Cardinals meant Slovakia. So Czech and Slovakia are no longer unified. Wow, I wonder what the hell happened. Huh. Very interesting. Chris Persia, one of my legionnaires and one of my regular wrenches as well, says Cardinal Sin was making a reference to when you said Czechoslovakia and meant to say the Czech and Slovak republics are no longer united. Interesting. I wonder by what mechanism they divorced. Damn. Huh. Well, I don't know how I feel about that. It sounds kind of messed up. Eric Whedon says Dave Chappelle Sticks and Stones is awesome. I agree 100%. I thought he was fantastic. Thank you, Cardinal Sin, for that tip. DJ M Voices with a $10 super chat. Thank you, DJ M Voices, who says that Hail DC, glorious rant. For all the prequels problems, George had a story and stuck to it. He didn't focus, test it scene by scene. OG Star Wars is timeless. Disney's is barely timely. Yeah, Disney has very little to recommend it at all. Basically, it's in color and mostly in focus. I think that's about the only thing I can say about Disney, Star Wars. Oh, DJM Voices, it is always good to see you here, my friend. Thank you very much. Yeah, George, by God, stepped up to the plate. He threw his dice. He made a story. He didn't listen to other people's input. Now, in his case, he should have listened to some, a little bit. But he went his own way, to quote Fleetwood Mac. And I respect that. And, Disney is soulless. And anything coming out of there, Star Wars-wise, is equally soulless. So if you go looking for Star Wars, shit, just go to the video store. You'll find more Star Wars there. Hell, you'll find more Star Wars than the knockoffs like Star Crash, right? Battle for the Planets. Things like that have more Star Wars in it than Disney Star Wars. Hecate's daughter with $1.99 super chat. Hail, Hecate's daughter, says, my liege, please ask for no anti-Semitism here. Yes, please, folks. No anti-Semitism at all. It's just not appropriate. I don't get political on this channel. I don't tolerate that. I don't like condemning whole classes of people for the actions of some. That is not the high road that I want to take with my channel or with the fandom. So please abstain from that kind of rhetoric here. That kind of stuff will get you banned. Just saying. Thank you, Hecate's daughter. I appreciate that. I have not personally seen any of that, but if it's out there, please cut it out. And Mary, please take care of that if you do see it. And also, anytime you need anybody, Mary, I mean, these days, we're apt to get flooded with, trolls and stuff. So just let me know, shoot me a text or something. Happy to, it's a big job. It's a big job. And if you're ever swarmed, please let me know. Okay. Dreary Nitpicker with a $9.99 super chat. Dude, you shouldn't be throwing money at me like that, sir. I appreciate it, but we're trying to get you back on your feet. Dreary Nitpicker, thank you very much for that. Says, Hail DC. Star Wars was a sacred movie for me. The first movie I remember watching with my dad, my fondest memory. My dad was disappointed Disney bought Lucasfilm. I had hope. Boy, was my dad right. Hi, Harv.
Hi. Hey, Dreary Nitpicker. Thank you for being here, man. Yeah, man, we feel your pain.
Yep. I mean, I have loved Star Wars pretty much my whole life. And for this shit to be going on is very demoralizing. And I think that's by design. I think that it is meant to not only derail our Western civilization, but to demoralize us as people. That is my feeling. I think they're trying to dismantle Western civilization, not only from without, but from within. And it is my sworn duty to be, a gatekeeper. I'm proud to be a gatekeeper. I view that as a sacred responsibility and not the slur that SJWs make it out to be. Thank you, Dreary Nitpicker. Joseph Bienowitz with a $5 super chat. Hail Joseph, says, late to the party, loved Columbo, but The Last Jedi is Anakin. Yes, Casey Shaggy. Casey Kasem was Shaggy. Zoink, Scoob! What are we gonna do, buddy? Row. Yeah, Casey Kasem. The Casey Kasem was Shaggy. Thank you for enjoying my Columbo. Sure, I appreciate that. Some people say that Columbo is basically like Bogart, but they're different. Bogart's delivery is slower. It's deeper. The way that he pauses is different than Columbo. You know, excuse me, sir. Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine, sir. As opposed to, of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine. It's quite a different thing, really. Thank you, Joseph Binowitz, and welcome to the party. I'm glad you made it. Cracklin with a $4.99 super chat. Hail Cracklin says any Disney executive touching Star Wars couldn't make a good heroic classic Star Wars movie if they tried. You can't give what you don't have. Well, that's very true. But the thing is, way back when, Cracklin, they used to be able to hire people with souls when they didn't have any. I mean, you know, the like Louis B. Mayer and Jack Warner, you know, the founders of these Metro Goldwyn Mayer, you know, the founders of these studios were businessmen. they were businessmen primarily who may not have always understood what made a good movie, but they had good business sense about what the public would like. And they had the good sense to hire people who knew what they were doing, who had artistic sensibilities, who could deliver a good product like any other businessman. They wanted to deliver a good product. That's just business 101. You deliver a good product and people will come to purchase it, for God's sakes. I don't understand why business people these days have forgotten that. But, you know, I love those guys, Louis B. Mayer, Jack Warner, because, you know, Selznick, for God's sakes, they had the good sense to get out of the way of artists to some extent. No artist was ever entirely free to do whatever the hell they wanted. And it was that pull between art and commerce that gave us some of the greatest movies in the history of the world. Like Casablanca, like The Maltese Falcon, All About Eve, Dark Voyager, Gone with the Wind, for God's sakes. And then later, Lawrence of Arabia and Blade Runner. You know, classics, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Walt Disney made that movie hoping to make money, but he cared about the art. And that made all the difference in the world. It's really that intersection of art and commerce that is the sweet spot of the American psyche. And when you succeed in both of those arenas, that's when you get greatness. That's what Star Wars was, a confluence of business and art. But I don't think that you can calculate the art. You've got to recognize it when you see it, but you've got to let artists be. And that's a lesson that Hollywood has totally forgotten. Thank you, Cracklin. Help Desk JNP with a $2 super chat. Just said nothing. Just gave me a super chat here. Thank you, Help Desk JNP. Appreciate that. And by the way, I've been contacted by Gary. He is back home and he's doing well and everything is fine. So no need to worry about Gary. He's a great guy and I'm glad he got to take care of his stuff. And we will be back together this Sunday on the Inquisition, and it will be on Gary's channel. So I hope that you guys will join us for that. I will also be back tomorrow night for our regular Friday night frolics, and we will have a blast. Let's have a party. I think we'll have a party now. Let's have a party. It's great when you get started out. If you haven't seen American Astronaut, go see it. One of the best damn things in the world. Dreary Nitpicker with a $1.99 super chat says KK is a Skeksis. Yes, she is. She even looks a little bit like that, especially in the neck. Have you looked at Kathleen Kennedy's neck? It's kind of flappy. I'm just saying. I don't mean to be insulting, but Skeksis. Skeksis. Good point. Thank you, Drury Nitpicker. Help Desk JNP with a $50 super chat. Thank you very, very much, Help Desk JNP. I really appreciate that. That is a very generous super chat, my friend. Johnny Midnight says, great rant on the Inquisition. The problem with Star Wars is that Disney is a soulless company. They make choices based on maximizing profit, not taking a chance with storytelling. Well said, Johnny Midnight. Well said. Appreciate that. You made an excellent point there. JD Gust of Wind Dance with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you, JD Gust of Wind Dance. Says the worst movies get, a good one will be amazing. Yep, the odds against good movies are increasing every day, getting worse all the time. JD Gust of Wind Dance. Truer words were never spoken. Sadly, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Thank you, JD Gust. Bruce Lombardo with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Bruce. Says Doomcock, you do not need to review a spoiled turd like anything Disney produces. You do like I did and review good things. I do Dark Horse Comics now. Yes, Bruce Lombardo. Yes, I understand that. Well, but the thing is, these are the franchises that we grew up loving. And so, it's hard not to cover this stuff. If Doomcock and the rest of the Fandom Menace just shut up about this stuff, if we stop going, if we boycotted it, we don't watch it, we don't even watch it for free, and we don't say anything, then what happens? The bad guys win automatically. They just win because there'll be nobody there sounding the alarm to man battle stations against this woke garbage. And we can't let them win. It's no fun to watch this crap, but we can't let them win. We just can't. But I'm also going to be reviewing the Orville. I'm going to review Expanse. Although, since they're going to dump it all in one dump, I don't know how that's going to work, honestly. I mean, it just really hobbles us as reviewers, and I don't know what to do about it. But thank God, it looks like the Orville, according to Gary, is going to be weekly. I think that's very wise. Thank you very much, Bruce Lombardo. I hear you. But even I wouldn't review Aladdin, right? So, I mean, I don't go to just anything. At least I can say that. Thank you, Bruce. Porter Stanley with a $19.99 super chat. Again, Porter, thank you for your generosity. He says, to everyone here, if you can get a hold of a quality bootleg, don't be afraid to share it with the group. If Disney taking our money, not today, Satan. Not today, Satan. Porter Stanley, well said. Well said, brother. I do not judge those who sail the high seas. I do not, but I do not judge, to each his own. Thank you, Porter Stanley. I appreciate that very, very much. Apex Tyrannus with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Apex Tyrannus, who says, everything we are, our history, our culture, our tribes, shared modern myths are under assault by this viral ideology we are seeing. No mistake, Western civilization as a whole is in their crosshairs. Yep, I hear you, Apex Tyrannus, and I agree with you entirely, my friend. It's getting to feel like it is nothing less than an attack on the pillars of our civilization. I don't know if it's from foreigners or I don't know if it's from people within who view our Western civilization as a patriarchy that must be brought down in order to usher in wokeocracy, rule by woke propaganda. That's what I fear. That's my fear. Orville Nation. Hello, Orville Nation with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Orville Nation. Says, hey, everyone, share Doomcock with everyone on social media. Let's get him to 100,000 subscribers ASAP. I second that, Orville Nation. I second that. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. Word of mouth seems to be the best way for us to spread right now. And I really do appreciate that shout out, Orville Nation. I've seen you shouting me out on on Twitter and asking people to retweet my stuff and post links to my videos everywhere you can think of. You are a true Dumentite, and from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate you, Orville Nation. Thank you so much. Scott Williams with a $2 super chat. Hail Scott says, I only love Empire. Hail General Veers. Only love Empire. You don't love Star Wars? Huh. That's a very extremist view, Scott Williams, but it's one I can respect. Empire is a great film. There's no doubt about it. General Veers, prepare your men. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Scott Williams. Petrol Head Panda. You call him Petrol Head Panda. Quite right, Lee. With a £5 super chat. Thank you, Petrol Head Panda. It says, greetings, Lord Doomcock. I recently joined your Legion and I've loved every video I've seen so far. Also, hello, Harvey. All hail Doomcock.
Hail Petrol Head Panda.
Hail Petrol Head Panda. And thank you for joining the Legion of Doomcock, sir. Wonderful to have you here. Thank you. It's good to see you. And I look forward to chatting with you soon in one of our Doomcock roundtables on Discord or the Dick Doomcock Power Hour on Discord as well. And also, it's about time to do a live Rumblings from the Lair podcast, which you can also speak on as well, Petrol Head Panda. So watch that space. That will be posted soon. Irish King with another $10 Canadian super chat. Thank you, Irish King. Says, thank you, Lord, for the kind words. Had an epiphany for a t-shirt. The Force is female, and that is why the farce is broke. Yeah, that's pretty good. The Force is female, and that is why the farce is broke. I think I'll paste that into the chat. I think that's good for another round. I think that's well said. The Force is female, and that is why the farce is broke. Bitter DFD says, next they will target the toxic masculinity of Ziggy Stardust. Well, funny you should say that, Bitter DFD, because Kurtzman, yes, that Alex Kurtzman is remaking The Man Who Fell to Earth with David Bowie. I mean, without David Bowie, basically. The Man Who Fell to Earth is being remade by Kurtzman. Makes me sick. So you're absolutely correct on that. Genarial One says it's not about wokeness, Overlord DVD. It's about victimhood. It's about taking away our agency and will to fight or resist. That's a good point. Yeah. Taking away our agency and will to fight or resist. Yep. Trying to turn themselves and everyone else into victims who are holier than thou. Yep. Scarecrow 2311. You watched the Fourth Age latest vid on SJW villain ruining entertainment. The Fourth Age. I will check that out, Scarecrow 2311. Spike in Madness. You have failed me for the last time, Admiral. Yes, you have failed us for the last time, Jar Jar Abrams. Fool us once, shame on you. Fool us over and over and over and over again. Jesus Christ, makes me sick. Yep. Hollywood is a cabal of secret societies and secret agendas, says Jahan Doe. Well said. Yeah, I don't really disagree with that at all. Thank you, Irish King. Psycho Dwarf 9 with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Legionnaire Psycho Dwarf 9, who says, porg on a stick. Yeah, go and fry some of the porgs that are on the Millennium Falcon at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Problem with those porgs is they taste like soy and plastic. Yeah. I'm sorry to say, it ain't good. Don't eat anything over there. I think that soy is injected in everything. Soy is in the water fountains. That's probably a lie. I just made that up, but it is funny. It is funny. Let's see. Gabriel Alejandro Pandilla Rodriguez says, Hail Doomcock, just finished watching today's video. Total stupidity. More proof that Jeffrey Jacob Abrams is a total moron. Calling him Jar Jar Abrams is an insult to Jar Jar Binks. I apologize to Jar Jar Binks. I really do. I'm so sorry. Scarecrow2311 says the Fourth Age YouTube channel. Okay, somebody send me a link, would you? Send me a link to my email or my Twitter account. I would appreciate that. Then I'll check it out. Let's see. Thank you, Psychodwarf9. David Hervey with a $5 super chat. Hail, David. Welcome, sir. Appreciate you being here. He says, still trying to figure out why they didn't have the OG characters together on screen. Hubris, arrogance. Jar Jar Abrams just not giving a damn what the audience wanted. In his own way, trying to basically circumvent and undermine our expectations as fans. It's just the stupidest thing, because it would have been the greatest moment of the sequel trilogy, and they wanted the greatest moment to be, I don't know, Rey lifting rocks, or Rey doing a stupid jump over a TIE fighter on the desert planet that is charging her and trying to run her over, trying to collide with her, which is great for the TIE fighter, by the way. If you've ever slammed into a sack of cement or something, see what it does to your car. But they're trying to run her over, and she does a backflip and draws her like lightsaber. Why aren't they firing at her dumb ass? If they're a TIE fighter, they're trying to run her. Why aren't they firing? That is the stupidest goddamn thing. David, you're questioning why they didn't have the OG characters together on screen. It's the mentality of someone that would have a scene like that. They would have a scene that stupid. Think about it, dude. It'll kind of make sense in a sad way. Ben Davis with a $5 super chat. Hail, Ben. Good to see you, brother. One of my Legionnaires is here. He says, hail, boss, back from Asia. Been having Xanadu withdrawals. Juicy rumor about a certain hated CEO. Will DM when I have something solid to back it up. Oh, brother, I would love that. Please, guys, if y'all have any showbiz tips, any insiders who want to communicate with me, please contact me, DM me at Doomcock, or send me an email at dictorvandoomcock@gmail.com. I never reveal sources. Your privacy is assured. I absolutely will not. I've never, ever done that. And even if you share something with me that you don't want publicized, I've had a number of people do that, and I've said nothing. So you can rely on me. I have integrity. I will not out you, and I will never say anything unless I am cleared to say it. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. I am intrigued, sir. Can't wait to hear more. Digi Akuma with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Digi Akuma-san, who says, I'll do better. I'll break out into the Twisted Sisters song. We're not gonna take it. That's right. We're not gonna take it anymore. What do you want to do with your life?
I want to rock. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds.
All right. Digi Akuma, thank you, sir, for singing that Twisted Sisters song out the window. By God, let's make this happen, folks. Let's make this happen. Bionic Belly Button with a $5 super chat. Hail, Bionic Belly Button, who says, the last time you said open the window and yell out, it was during the feminist riot in Mexico. And you said, give me a sandwich. Not saying to you, oh, I see. Okay. You were quoting me. I couldn't tell. Like, who are you saying to get me a sandwich? But yes, and you even got the spelling right. That's how the spelling I used to. Get me a sandwich. You little ladies need to pipe down. No, go get me a sandwich and a beer, will you, honey? That's what I wanted them to go yell out the window during the feminist riot in Mexico. And my saving grace was that I didn't have them yell it in Spanish. So a lot of them, it would have just gone over their heads. You know, I wasn't trying to cause trouble. Well, maybe a little trouble. I just wanted to have a laugh. Thank you, Bionic Belly Button, for being a keeper of lore, for noting my utterances, and for putting them to good use. Thank you. Negaverse Heart with a $10 super chat. Hail, Negaverse Heart, who says 2019 Rise of the Fandom Menace. Revolt! Our childhoods are in peril. Amidst the rise of wokeness, Lord Doomcock and the Fandom Menace defend all that is true and Star Wars in our hearts. Thank you, Negaverse Heart. I love that. Rise of the Fandom Menace. Revolt! Our childhoods are in peril. Amid the rise of wokeness, Lord Doomcock and the Fandom Menace defend all that is true and Star Wars in our hearts. Thank you, Negaverse Heart. James Salvatore with a 20 Danish krona super chat. Thank you, James, very much. He says, your channel is extremely unique and classy. Love it. Thank you so much, James Salvatore. I really, really appreciate that, sir. That is very kind of you. And I appreciate that very much. Insanity Pepper with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Insanity Pepper. Says, Overlord, can you do a Jack Lemmon impersonation? His voice isn't distinctive enough or different enough for me to really. I haven't found a hook into Jack Lemmon before. I haven't heard a hook into Jack Lemmon. So I'd have to listen. I'd have to think about it. I love him in Glengarry Glen Ross, by the way. I really love him in Glengarry Glen Ross. But yeah, maybe I should work up a Jack Lemmon impersonation. I've just never had it. It's a lot easier doing, Walter Matthau. Walter Matthau is kind of a slob. I'm a slob, Felix. You're driving me crazy. Get out of my apartment. Stop cleaning up after me. But Jack Lemmon's hard, and that's not even very good for him. I used to be able to do him, but yeah. It's been a while. Walter Matthau I loved him in Bad News Bears, by the way. That's one of the greatest movies ever made. Bad News Bears. I love that film. Fan Addicts of Film, one of my legionnaires and supporters. Thank you, Fan Addicts of Film, for 2 super chats in a row. The first for a very generous $20. Thank you, Fan Addicts of Film. And you guys should be subscribing to Fan Addicts of Film on YouTube, by the way, just saying. I cannot even begin to explain to you how much that broken heart rant meant to me. Half of me has been destroyed by Lucasfilm. The half of me that fell in love with Star Wars. No therapy comes close to you, my lord. And then he sent an amendment to this clarifying about broken heart rant. Thank you, man. I was just speaking straight from the heart. On these live streams, nothing is ever scripted out. Nothing is, I'm more careful with my, videos, my normal videos, which I take some care in crafting. But, the things that you hear on the live streams, the Inquisition, the Exozone, Friday Night Frolics are all straight from the heart. And, sometimes it just gets to me. I'm really glad that my kind of losing it a little bit there helped so many of you to find the words to express how you were feeling, and I feel like that's always a good day. If I can make that happen, it kind of justifies what I'm doing, my channel. I mean, I'm really deeply moved by you guys. I'm moved when I hear that I am helping you in a lot of ways. A lot of you, whether, these long live streams, you're working late or you're up having insomnia like I have a lot of the time. You're dealing with family issues, maybe sitting with someone who is sick in the hospital and just listening to me and Harvey. And listen, if it can lighten your burdens at all, then I consider that a good day. And I just appreciate you guys and all your support. Love you folks. And it's an honor to be able to share myself with you like this. It really is. Thank you, Fan Addicts of Film. And I hope you'll be able to join us in one of our Discords pretty soon, and we can talk in person. Negaverse Heart with another $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Says, keep Star Wars and Lord Doomcock in your hearts. Remember who you are and give the mouse a black eye. Stay angry. Thanks again, Doomcock, for leading us. Thank you for that rallying cry and that message. Remember who you are, people, and give the mouse a black eye. On that all depends. Loquacious Primate Says, how would you feel about singing a bunch of your songs over a big band style backup? Maybe a quintet if we can't find enough brass players. I'd love it. I'd love it. If we could do that, I would absolutely adore it. I would absolutely adore it, Loquacious Primate. You wouldn't have to ask me twice. Sir Clive Calculator with £1.99 super chat says, how about anarchy in the UK? I am an antichrist. I am an anarchist. I love anarchy in the UK. The Sex Pistols were prophets, departed way too soon, way before their time. Sir Clive Calculator, I would do the whole thing if I could, but I can't. They'd bust me, don't they? Get me off of the YouTube. I'll be pasted out, don't I? I'll be canned. I'll be fucking canned. So no, I can't do it. Thank you, Sir Clive Calculator. Though I gave you just that little clip, just to prove I could. Just to prove I could. Joseph Cluck with a $5 super chat. Hail Doomcock. Just when I thought Disney couldn't get any more woke, they all go Super Saiyan woke on us. Press the button. Joseph Cluck. Yep. It's just getting worse and worse, but I think it's at its peak. And I think that wave is going to turn back. I think that wave is going to turn back, Joseph Cluck. So there you go. I think it's, I really do. I think it's peaking, and I think the wave is turning. Look at Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle got up there and spoke truth, and you know what? He's still alive, and it just goes to show you can, that these fucking SJW, emperors have no clothes. You can do whatever the hell you want. Just ignore them. Just ignore them. That's all you have to do. Thank you, Joseph Cluck. Digi Akuma with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Digi Akuma again. Says, please sing My Way, Harvey.
Well, I can't. He won't let me. He'll turn off my mic. But I tell you, sometimes, I get liquored up and I sing it in like the private parties that are thrown over at Xanadu.
Yes. So if you're interested in speaking with us, go to patreon.com/doomcock or subscribestar.com/doomcock and sign up. And yeah, we will definitely get together and all sorts of things happen. And God knows, he might even sing My Way, Digi Akuma. But he can't hear, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. But in a minute here, I'm going to wrap up, and then we will sing Danny Boy real quick. Adam Wofford with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Adam. Oh, and thank you, Joseph Cluck, by the way, for that super chat. Adam Wofford says, what if we racist against Romulans? We can't trust them. Always planning and backstabbing everyone, screwing over anyone they can get away with it. If you're saying about being racist against Romulans, well, the Romulans have proven that they're the enemies of the Federation and humanity. So, but don't be racist against Vulcans, because they can't help it that they, resemble Romulans. If the Romulans are an offshoot of my Vulcan blood, and I think that highly likely, then weakness is something we dare not show. Adam Wofford, even Spock himself was saying, hey, you can't trust the damn Romulans. Thank you, Adam. Thunder Robots with two $5 super chats in a row. Thank you very much, Thunder Robots, for both of those super chats. And he says, since Sony yanked Spider-Man, how long do you think it will take for Universal to yank the Hulk? Well, I don't know, Thunder Robots, if their contract would allow for that. Sony was in a unique position. They contractually had the right to do so, but Universal might not. So I don't know that necessarily would happen. I think Universal be crazy not to yank the Hulk now, right? Stick it to them. But, the fact that they haven't, and there's been no news about it, probably means that there's some kind of contractual prohibition against pulling that kind of thing again. That's just my gut feeling. But he says also, is it possible that the live action remakes are so Disney can hold on to the character rights since they didn't create them? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that it contaminates the fan base, and it violates canon, and it makes shoddy what was once great. Now, none of this stuff Disney came up with. Aladdin, well, that's in the 1001 Nights. So fuck them. Anybody can do an Aladdin movie. Same thing with Snow White. Same thing with Pinocchio. Same thing with the Little Mermaid. The thing is, you can't use their designs, but there's nothing stopping other that. So if they're doing that, I don't know what the point is, Frank. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but anything's possible. Lawyers, what are you going to do? I don't know how they think. They pretty much, lawyers generally don't make things better. I'll just say that. Observer Dude with a £5 super chat. Hail Observer Dude says, in the original story for Return of the Jedi, Han would die in a raid on an Imperial base, and Leia would become a queen over what was left of the people of Alderaan. Well, interesting. I don't know. That's might be kind of cool. I don't know. I just like a happy ending. I know that Kasdan was pushing for a lot of funky things to happen in A Return of the Jedi. But in those story conferences, George Lucas basically looked at him and said, dude, are you crazy? This is a kid's movie. So that was basically George Lucas without the influence of Gary Kurtzman. Gary Kurtz, not Kurtzman. Ugh. So yeah, I think Gary Kurtz made Star Wars a lot stronger because he was a sounding board and a check on George Lucas's more infantile inclinations. And, I just wish he hadn't left for the third one, but George Lucas fired him. So what could he do? Thank you very much. Observer Dude. That's very interesting. Leia would become a queen over what was left of the people of Alderaan. It's kind of a dark ending. Kind of a dark adult ending. I like the ending better with the Ewoks celebrating. It was happy. Echo Base Network is here. Hello, Echo Base Network with a $1.99 super chat. Hail Echo Base Network, who says, on my way to Florida, and this is a great road stream. Awesome. Southbound and down, we can feel the rolling. We're going to do what they say can't be done. Get there safe, Echo Base Network. Hopefully the hurricane stuff won't impact you at all. I think I may be mistaken. I thought it had moved past Florida at this point. And it wasn't really that bad, but fingers crossed. You guys stay safe out there. And I'm glad you're enjoying on the road again. You just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. Thank you, Echo Base Network. Michael Deitch with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Michael Deitch. With says, congratulations, KK and Ryan. You created such an artistic black hole of shame that the Jar Jar Binks sequences now look Shakespearean by comparison. Yes, I'd rather watch Jar Jar step in Banta Poodoo all day than watch Rey strutting around like she's something that she really isn't. God, it's pathetic. Jason Green with a $5 super chat. Hail Jason says, remember when Disney had original ideas? Hope you and Harvey are feeling well today. Yeah, way, way, way back when Disney had original ideas. They were a house of imagination, but now, yeah, just a used chicken shack. Yeah, rubber chicken. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead. Dave Bob, my cousin Bubba Doomcock. Hello there, Dave Bob. I'm Bubba Doomcock. I'm just saying, hello, everybody out there. Hope you're having a good day. I'd like to go ahead and sing some country for you now, but Doomcock's going to do a little bit of Danny Boy and send us home to supper now, or send us off to bed with a little melancholy lilt. A little melancholy lilt out there. Let's go ahead and pull that up. But I just want to say, thank you all for being here, and I think y'all are great. And sorry about the exozone crapping out, but we'll get back on there. We'll get back on there soon. And now a little bit of Danny Boy to send y'all off of here. And don't forget about the Friday Night Frolics tomorrow night, somewhere maybe around 7 or 8, somewhere around there. And then of course Inquisition. All right, here we go. Let's get this sucker rolling. I'll have a little bit of a drink here first. Trek a damn 30 says J.J. Abrams ain't got no boo-hun.
I tell you what, as a member of the No Boo-Han Club, being that I have one as flat as a washboard in high gravity, to use a little geek humor, there's worse things in the world than not having any boo-han, and one of them is having a narrow urethra. I happen to have both, and that is why I'm a little bit sour on life. Back to you, Chet.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Have a little scotch here, and then we'll go ahead and sing us out here. But I just want to thank you guys so much for being here on this Thursday afternoon for this impromptu Exozone makeup. Exozone will return next week for sure, and we'll have a blast. Thank you, guys. All right. Here we go. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. It's you, must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. I'll be here in sunshine or in a shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But when ye come and all the flowers are dying, if I am dead, as dead I well may be, you'll come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me. And I shall hear, though soft you tread above me, and all my grave will warmer, sweeter be. For you will bend and tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace until you come to me. And I shall sleep in peace until you come to me. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, my friends, for being here. I had this a wonderful, wonderful evening, afternoon, wherever you guys are. And I just want to say I appreciate every single one of you guys. You are awesome. Observer Dude with a 5-pound super chat here. Thank you, Observer Dude, for slipping that one in here. And he says, I'm glad Han didn't die in Return of the Jedi, but I think he should have died sacrificing himself to blow up the First Order's Death Star. Well, that would have been much better. That would have been vastly better than what we got. And yeah, I can't disagree. It makes me sick that he walked onto a lightsaber like an idiot. like some rookie. I don't know what the hell that was, but it was terrible. Thank you guys for the love in the chat for my singing. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, Oberon. Thank you all so very, very much for the kind words. Really appreciate that. Son of a Red Shirt says, thank you for the wonderful company and charming, articulate chat. You're one in a million, brother. That's the way I feel about all of you guys. Thank you so much, Son of a Red Shirt. I really appreciate it. Dave Bob, Oberon, Cardinal Sin, Bionic Belly Button, Michelle P. We've got Sentient Dildo in the house, Mary Ashmead, Mike Oblinger, Darth Maul is here. Ben Davis, Bearded Cardinal Sin, Rio Stew. Thank you guys so very much, all of you, one and all, for being here and making this such a wonderful live stream. So, from all of us here at the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock
and Harvey Cthulhu. Oh, thank you, Gabe Quizada, for the $2 super chat. We really appreciate.
Check off D. Oberg, man. Thank you for that artwork you sent me, brother. I love that stuff. Anyway, from all of us at the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock, Nerd Girl, Aluvrian Imikara, Derek McManus, D Artist Jewelry, Dreamer Out There, Insanity Pepper, Kev L, US Dutch Kitty, Holy Potato Paladin Bearded, Ensign Ricky is here, Mike Oblinger, Purple Lady, good night, Purple Lady, Gabe Quizad, $20 super chat, Gabe, thank you very, very much, my friend. I really appreciate that. Indiana Jeremy says, wait, no, I just got here. Dude, this is just a fill-in for Exozone, but I will be doing Friday Night Frolics tomorrow night, most likely right around 7 o'clock. So join me then, Indiana Jeremy. We'll have just as much fun then. Spike in Madness, Stellar, Heather, The Tingler, Draco Argentas, Otter Vomit, Simon Marino, Eris of Chaos, Chili Peen. I'll have to learn some more Irish stuff. Oh, Gabe Quizada says, love you, man. Gabe, thank you so much, dude. I love you too. Thank you very much for that. You are my new damn hero, says Gabe Quizada. Thank you. Even though I'm a villain, I'll take that hero thing. I'll take that. Guys, thank you so much. Kev L. Porter Stanley with a $19.99 super chat. Porter, dude, thank you. He says, dude, if you live in the PNW, it'd be awesome to meet you. Hail Doomcock, do some Frank and Dean Martin. Wow. Well, I'd love to do a little bit of Frank and Dean Martin. But I can't. I wish I could, but you guys are being so kind here that gee whiz. Loquacious Primate, Chris Persia, Michelle P. Thank you. Well, I wonder if I should just do a quick little little song here. I already did the frog song. Let's do let's do real quick By the Light of the Silvery Moon for you guys, and then we'll sign off. How's that? All right, let's go ahead and do this for you guys. A little encore. By the light of the silvery moon, I want to spoon. To my honey I'll croon love's tune. Honeymoon. Your dreams will bring love, dreams will be cuddling soon. By the light of the moon. Harvey?
By the light of the silvery moon, I want a spoon. To my honey I'll croon love's tune.
Honeymoon, keep a shining in June.
You let me out and you will pout. I'll be destroying you soon.
That wasn't very nice.
By the light of the moon.
Well, there you go. Your silvery beams will bring love dreams. We'll be cuddling soon by the light of the moon. Harvey had to slip a little hatred in there. A little hatred. He's such a little shit. Mike Oblinger, $1.99 super chat, says, sorry it's not much, but for all your good work. Oh, Mike, every penny helps, dude. It helps when you watch a commercial. Any amount helps, even just spreading the word. Thank you so much, you guys. I really, really appreciate you. So anyway, see you hopefully tomorrow. Oh, Robin Pittenger, when I get my first paycheck, I'm signing up for your Patreon. Thank you so much, Robin. You will be very welcome there. Cardinal Sin, Dave Bob, Nerd Girl, Hecate's daughter, Michelle P. Gray Troll, Indiana, Jeremy, Typo Negative, Matt Som, John Chipola, Pete, 1972. Thank you all so much. You guys are the best. Appreciate these very generous last minute super chats here. Holy smokes. You guys are the best. So from all of us here, the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, please stay angry and join me tomorrow night for Friday Night Frolics. Good night, you guys. And thank you to Mary Ashmead for her rentery. Thank you all for filling in as well while she was hurrying to here. And God bless you all. Have a good rest of the day. See you tomorrow. Good night, you guys.
And God bless.
That sounded like a threat when you said it.
Kind of was. Like, pray. Learn to pray.
All right. Bye-bye, you guys.
Bye-bye.